What's up guys, this is your favorite fanfic YouTuber, the Fanfic Majesty, and welcome to another amazing video. You can follow me on Patreon for exclusive stories. 8 Centigrams Chapter 134. Meeting organized by Xiao. The Crimson Chakra emerged from Gaara's body, and it was the one tail in him that was doing something. Unbelievable. Li Zan chuckled and slapped Gaara on the body, breaking one tail's chakra. Summoning technique. The 5 or 6 story high ghetto statue appeared behind Li Zan, and the one-tailed chakra in Gaara was continuously extracted by Li Zan and injected into Ghetto Statue's mouth. One-tailed Shohei's sharp voice rang out, trying to condense his body to fight against Li Zan, but unfortunately Zan is useless in front of Li. Quack quack. As Ghetto Statue's second eye opened, a group of Tsunade ninjas surrounded Li Zan. Who are you? Let go of Gaara. A Konoha shinobi shouted sharply, looking warily at Gaara in front of Li Zan. Li Zan glanced at the fainted Gaara and threw him to a Tsunade ninja opposite. This poor child has never fallen asleep since he was a child, and now he can finally sleep peacefully. Stop. Just as Tsunade's ninjas were about to take action on Li Zan, Shikahakura showed up with a group of Tsunade's Anbu ninjas. This lord is not something you can offend, step back. Yi Kang looked cold and stern, and scolded all the surrounding Tsunade ninjas away. Lord Yi Kang. One of the Tsunade ninjas wanted to say something. Li Zan chuckled lightly and released his Conqueror's Haki, and the surrounding Tsunade ninjas collapsed one after another. The face of the few Tsunade ninjas who did not faint changed greatly, and without saying a word, they dragged their fainted companions, and immediately retreated following Yi Kang's order. They found that they had understood Yi Kang's meaning recently, and the person in front of them was really not something they could offend. Even the elders in Tsunade and even Kazekage have never given them such a feeling of insignificance. Success? After seeing everyone else back down, Li Zan asked Yi Kang curiously. Yi Kang chuckled lightly. The scene of defeating Kazekage and the others was seen by the Anbu ninjas of Tsunade, and they didn't have the consciousness to die for Luosha and the others. So, they decided to support me. Li Zan nodded with a smile. So it is, congratulations, 5th Kazekage. Yi Kang shook his head and said, I'm not very interested in Feng Ying's position, I just don't want others to sacrifice me to become Feng Ying. Li Zan asked with interest. Really? If one day I want to unify the ninja world and ban all ninja villages, will you support me? Yi Kang said with a serious face. Of course. If you are willing to let me follow you, I can give up the position of Feng Ying now. Saying that, Xie Kang looked at Li Zan expectantly. Follow me? Li Zan was stunned, looked Yi Kang up and down, and joked, of course you can, but you will have to wait for a long time. Yi Kang said excitedly. Really? I will wait patiently. Li Zan smiled and said nothing more, cancelled the summoning of Ghetto Statue, and left with the ability to ripen the fruit. In a forest on the border of the land. Ju, Kakuzu, Orochimaru, Red Sand Scorpion, Biwa Juzo and other members of Akatsuki's organization are having a meeting. Orochimaru looked at Ju with interest, and asked, why are we suddenly meeting here? Ju said in a hoarse voice. Pain was defeated and Rinnegan was taken away. That man named Li Zan is now the leader of the Xiao organization. Pipitozo said in amazement, no way. The leader is the owner of Rinnegan, and Rinnegan is the eye of the legendary sage of 6 paths. We all know how strong he is, and how could he be defeated? Orochimaru glanced at Pipijuzo with a smile, and said slowly, I believe Ju. If it is Li Zan, he should have the power to defeat Rinnegan. The Red Sand Scorpion gave Orochimaru a cold look and asked, do you know any information? Orochimaru laughed. That's right, I have a spy in Konoha, and he sent me some important information in the past 2 days. That man named Li Zan suddenly appeared in Konoha a few days ago, and by himself victory over the entire Konoha village. The Red Sand Scorpion was shocked. Are you kidding me? Although the current Konoha village is a lot weaker than before, it is still one of the top talents in the ninja world. How could it be possible to be defeated by one person? Orochimaru said slowly, although I also think it is incredible, I have confirmed that this is the truth. Not only was Konoha village defeated, but even 3rd Hokage Sarutobi Hiruzen was killed on the spot. Biwa Juzo said in amazement. Are you sure? 3rd Hokage Sarutobi Hiruzen is still considered to be the strongest Hokage among the 5 shadows despite his age. He led the entire Konoha village ninja to besiege one person, not only was he defeated but also lost. Life? It's too magical. A look of greed flashed in Orochimaru's eyes, and he said slowly, not only that, in addition to Sarutobi Hiruzen being killed, Shimura Danzo, known as the darkness of the ninja world, was also killed. Their 2 families were also killed by and erased. It is said that Li Zan used the wood style of 1st Hokage to pacify the troubled times, and a wooden dragon suppressed 3rd Hokage. Wood style. Pippa Shizang and others were shocked. This thing is famous in the ninja world, and it can be said that no one knows it. Satisfied with Orochimaru's assist, he smiled and said, how? Say your decision. If you betray the Xiao organization now, our new leader Li Zan will not let you go. The Scorpion of Red Sand asked, after the Xiao organization changed its leader, has there been any major change? Ju replied, The goal of Xiao's organization remains the same, just to speed up. The task of accumulating funds can be abandoned. The only thing we need to do now is to collect tailed beasts. The red sand scorpion smiled and said, do you want to complete the final work directly? That's fine. How do you distribute the tailed beasts that need to be collected? Ju. We just need to capture 4 tails, 5 tails, 6 tails. These 3-tailed beasts left Ninja Village with their Jinchuriki. They have no partners and no village protection, so it's easier to deal with. Orochimaru asked curiously, what about the remaining tailed beasts? Ju. The leader said, he will personally take action. Pippa Shidu grinned and said, really? Then there is no problem. You should know the information about the 3-headed tailed beast, right? Ju smiled and said, that's why I brought you together here. The Jinchuriki of 4 tails 5 tails is nearby. One of them controls lava and the other controls steam, and they need ninja restraint who can use large water channels. Everyone unanimously turned their attention to Pippa Shizang. Pippa Shizang quickly waved his hand and said, don't look at me. Although I came from the village of Wushu, which is best at water style, I basically don't use water style. The ability to communicate can only be said to be average. Orochimaru raised his eyebrows and said with a smile, that would be a little troublesome. Lava and steam are things that are not easy to dissipate, so it is very troublesome to deal with. Ju smiled and said, don't worry, I've already prepared. The new member we want to join in the organization happens to be a Grandmaster Water-style ninja. Ju turned his head to the side and said, look, he's here. Everyone looked up and saw a white Zetsu approaching from a distance, followed by a young man with a green skin shark face, on the shoulders. Kirigakir's koala, Hoshigaki Kisame, I didn't expect you to join our organization after you defected. Pippa Tozo looked at the new member and recognized the identity of the other party. Isn't this the predecessor of the 10 reading of the Pippa? Look forward to it for a long time? It's an honor to see the former 7 ninja swordsmen in the organization. Hoshigaki Kisame said with a smile, as if the junior saw the modesty of the senior. The 7 ninja swordsmen. Ah, Pippa Juzo laughed at himself, and the 7 ninja swordsmen who were killed by a genin in Konoha village were considered a joke in the ninja world, right? At least the current Pippa Shizang has no pride at all when hearing this title, and some are just frustrated and annoyed. That's the big sword Samahata in your hand. It seems that after the idiot of Ziguishan Pufferfish was killed by you, the sword fell into your hands. Biwa Juzo looked at the bandage on Hoshigaki Kisame's body, a complex color flashed in his eyes, and there was one less ninja swordsman in the past. No way. The Masseter likes me, and I like it too. Hoshigaki Kisame said cheerfully, a look of pain flashed in the dead fish's eyes. Hoshigaki Kisame's dignified face, doing dark work again, is ready for a lifetime of loneliness. Unexpectedly, he met a beautiful girl who did not dislike him during a mission. Well, the girl seems to have some interest in him, and Hoshigaki Kisame also likes each other very much. But considering his own situation, he has been indifferently refusing. Until they encountered the pursuit of the enemy village ninja, in order to protect the secret of the village, Hoshigaki Kisame personally killed the girl. Hoshigaki Kisame originally thought that everything he did was for the mission and loyalty to the profession of ninja, until he found out that his boss, Suikashan Pufferfish, was the one who betrayed them. Hoshigaki Kisame is confused when he sees his boss betray the village's information for his own benefit. After he got angry and killed the opponent, he was recruited by Uchiha Obito. Uchiha Obito originally thought about letting him join the Akatsuki organization after a while, but he didn't know that he was halfway through his plans. Fortunately, he also knew that Hoshigaki Kisame existed, and pulled him over to complete the plan. Massets? It's a good thing indeed. Orochimaru looked at Samahata on Hoshigaki Kisame's shoulder with interest, with the evil scientist's smile on Joe's face. Orochimaru also has a strong interest in Masseter muscles. As a progressive ninja who believes in science, I want to study and dissect anything magical when I see it. However, he is more interested in Li Zan now than Masseter, getting Li Zan from Rinnegan and Wood style. What he didn't know, however, was that the current Li Zan was also very interested in him. Thank you for reading this story at mtlarchive.com. Your support enables us to keep the site running. Chapter 135 No wine, but a story, in the chat group. Namikaze Minato. Master, are you going to Cloud Shinobi Village to collect 2 tails and 8 tails? Li Zan. Yeah, way, 3 tails, 7 tails have all been collected, 4 tails, 5 tails, 6 tails have been collected for me by Xiao's organization. The next thing I want to collect is only 2 tails, 8 tails with 9 tails. At this time, Li Zan was located in Shinobi Village. 7 Tails Jinchuriki was still a little girl. He had just taken away 7 Tails chakra, and now he has lost his identity as Jinchuriki. Really no more. With a happy expression, Fu sensed the situation in her body, and the monster had disappeared. But, the village chief grandpa said that the monster is very important. Fu looked depressed and glanced at Li Zan with some worry. Don't worry, they won't blame you, after all, I took 7 tails from them. Li Zan smiled and gave Fu a head slap, and glanced at the ninjas in the ninja village who had collapsed in the distance. They were all stunned by Li Zan's conqueror's haki. In the chat group, Namikaze Minato continued, if the main group collects Neo, you can come to Konoha. Cloud Shinobi Village sent a group of messengers, including Neo Jinchuriki. Second Mizukage Ghost Lantern Moon. What does Cloud Shinobi Village mean? It feels like they're trying to do it again. Senju Tobarama said solemnly. It's very possible, after all. Konoha Village suffered a big loss from the master of the group, and now its strength is damaged. With the virtue of the bandits in Cloud Shinobi Village, it is normal to take advantage of the fire. Senju Hashirama, 4th generation, what do you think they're here for? Namikaze Minato. It should be to investigate the truth of Konoha. During the Third Ninja War, I once fought against Konoha's Ab brothers, which is now 4th Raikage and 8 Tails Jinchuriki. Senju Tobarama. Did you win, Namikaze Minato? I didn't win, but I didn't lose either. I was there just to deter Cloud Shinobi Village and get them to give up on Konoha. Lee Zan. 4th Raikage has a very deep impression on you. It should be because he heard that you were resurrected, so send someone to take a look. Of course, it is not ruled out that he wants to turn over the old accounts and take revenge for the losses he suffered on you. Namikaze Minato. Although I don't know what he thinks, I can confirm that the messenger group of Cloud Shinobi Village is not good. So I want to do it first and let the group owner take her way. Lee Zan. No problem, it's on me. Since they came to the door on their own initiative, it's not appropriate not to accept it. Flying Thunder God Technique. Lee Zan used the Flying Thunder God imprint he left with Namikaze Minato to space jump, and 403 appeared directly beside Namikaze Minato. Hokage Office. Namikaze Minato sat behind his desk with a pile of papers in front of him, which was his official business. Who? Lord Lee Zan. Lee Zan's sudden appearance caused Anbu ninjas in the office to appear one after another. After seeing Lee Zan's appearance, they all saluted, and then each retreated. Lee Zan ignored these Anbu ninjas, looked at Namikaze Minato and smiled. How is it? Are you getting used to the time since Earth reincarnation? Namikaze Minato laughed. It's alright. I've already gotten Naruto's forgiveness, but luckily he doesn't hold me against me. In the chat group, One Piece Roger said with emotion. Really? Then he is really a good and sensible boy. Fire Fist Ace. Whitebeard snorted coldly. Roger, you can't expect everyone to forgive your mistakes. Forgiving you is a love, not forgiving is a duty. The Whirlpool Naruto is kind. You can't expect everyone to be like him. Lee Zan sneered. Uzumaki Naruto is not kind, it is a brain problem. Not to mention Namikaze Minato's irresponsible father, even Uchiha Obito, who caused the death of both his parents and childhood tragedy, he can forgive him. Namikaze Minato was stunned. No way, Uzumaki Naruto has no reason to forgive Uchiha Obito. If it were me, I could forgive him for my dereliction of duty, but Naruto. Lee Zan. So, it is not difficult to get your son's forgiveness. Don't think I'm joking, that's the future I see. Uchiha Madara couldn't help but ask, Master, what does the future you see look like? Lee Zan. Uchiha Obito successfully collected the 7-headed tailed beast, and then found a part of the 8 tails and the chakra of the 9 tails to resurrect a mutilated 10 tails. You have been reincarnated, and the 4th Ninja War broke out. Uchiha Madara. The 4th Ninja War? Lee Zan. That's right. At that time, Uchiha Obito's ambition to collect tailed beasts had already been exposed, and he explained his project to Tsuki-no-Mi at the 5 Shadows Conference, and he wanted 5 shadows to hand over 8 tails and 9 tails to help him realize peace in the ninja world. But unfortunately, the peace he wanted was not recognized by the 5 shadows. Senju Tobarama suddenly said, so in order to compete for 8 tails and 9 tails, a war broke out between them. No, even with the Akatsuki organization, they don't have the strength to start a ninja war. Although there are many strong people in Akatsuki's organization, the Ninja World War has a quantitative requirement. Uchiha Obito cannot be a party to the ninja war at all. Lee Zan. A Konoha Trader Master has been reincarnated, and turned around and turned out many cage-level ninjas. BFDH. To help Obito. Obito used Gedo statue to cultivate 100,000 white Zetsu, and each white Zetsu has Genin and even Chunin's strength. Second Mizukage Ghost Lantern Moon. I see, so Uchiha Obito has the strength to start a war in the ninja world. Lord of the group, have I been reincarnated? Lee Zan. Of course. You and the shadows of other villages were reincarnated, and then were defeated and sealed by the combined ninja army. Uchiha Obito's trump card is the reincarnated Uchiha Madara. Of course, this is the reincarnation of the reincarnated Konoha rebellion. Uchiha Madara was keenly aware that something was wrong. How could that Konoha reincarnation take me out to impure world reincarnation on his own accord? Without Uchiha Obito's consent, where did he get my body tissue? Lee Zan. Of course it's Black Zetsu's credit. Even your life is influenced and manipulated by him. Is it any wonder he does something like this? Uchiha Madara. Senju Tobarama couldn't help but ask, what happened later? Did my eldest brother and I get reincarnated? Lee Zan. Of course. You and Senju Hashirama were reincarnated by another Konoha traitor, Orochimaru, and joined the fight against Uchiha Obito. Senju Hashirama couldn't help but said, how come there are so many masters reincarnated? I remember this is Konoha's forbidden technique. How did the 2 Konoha's rebels learn to reincarnate? Lee Zan. The Konoha reincarnation Orochimaru who helped you as a disciple of 3rd Hokage and learned the forbidden technique secretly. The Konoha reincarnation who helped Uchiha Madara, Yakushi Kabuto, was Orochimaru's follower and learned impure world reincarnation from Orochimaru. Senju Tobirama. Shit. It's that idiot Sarutobi Hiruzen again. The decision I regret the most in my life is to make him 3rd Hokage. Of course, giving up the unification of the ninja world is also one of the decisions I regret the most. Lee Zan. Why did you neglect Shimura Danzo again? I remember I reminded you once, don't underestimate Shimura Danzo. Senju Tobirama had a bad thought in his mind, and asked, this idiot Shimura Danzo is in trouble again? Lee Zan. Yakushi Kabuto who helped Uchiha Obito betrayed Yakushi Kabuto because of Shimura Danzo. Senju Tobirama was speechless. 2 Konoha Rinnegan, Sarutobi Hiruzen and Shimura Danzo, who can use reincarnation, each one. Very good, as expected of the bond and tacit understanding cultivated since childhood. Uchiha Madara. What was the outcome of the 4th Ninja War? Lee Zan. Black Zetsu took control of Uchiha Obito and used his transplanted Rinnegan to perform Rinne Tensai on you to truly resurrect you. You finally defeated Senju Hashirama and even took his celestial spell chakra, controlled Gedo statue and took 8 tails and 9 tails. Uchiha Madara said excitedly, have I successfully released Infinite Tsukuyomi? Lee Zan. Yeah, but after you successfully released Infinite Tsukuyomi, Black Zetsu came to you with a trick from behind. Then his will took over your body and made you the resurrected Kaguya G, offerings. Uchiha Madara. Nani? Uchiha Obito, who Black Zetsu had just controlled, resurrected me, and controlled me to resurrect Kaguya. Impossible. How could Black Zetsu control me? What's more, with my strength, how could Black Zetsu attack me? I got it. Lee Zan. Because you have an insurmountable weakness, and that is your back. Qian Sho Hashirama stabbed you in the back during the battle in the Valley of the End, and Black Zetsu stabbed you in the back after the 4th Ninja War. You stab. Uchiha Madara. Senju Hashirama. Ha 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 ha, Madara, I didn't tell you about your weakness. Senju Tobirama. Madara has such a weakness? Unbelievable? Whitebeard. Even if ninjas don't have the observation haki, the 6th sense that they have acquired through battles is not a vegetarian, right? That's the saying behind the weakness. Lee Zan. Don't think about it, this weakness is real. Uchiha Madara has this weakness since he was a child. He gets nervous whenever someone appears behind him, his body stiffens and he can't move. Senju Hashirama. I can attest to this, I have tried it myself before. Once Madara was standing by the river to urinate, and when I got close to his back he couldn't urinate. Uchiha Madara angry. Hasalama. Senju Tobirama scoffed. Really? It's a lovely weakness. It's a pity that you are dead, otherwise there will be many warriors who will challenge you with this weakness. Uchiha Madara awkwardly diverts the subject. Who is Kaguya? Lee Zan. Sage of 6 Paths, the Otsutsuki clan from other planets, the guardian of the sacred tree. Uchiha Madara. Uchiha Shisui. Even Sage of 6 Paths came out, true or false? Uchiha Madara. It should be true, after all, that steel was left by Sage of 6 Paths. And things like Rinnegan are also the eyes of Sage of 6 Paths. One Piece Roger Ah smiled. It feels like listening to a story, but this story is quite interesting. Although there is no alcohol, I still want to listen to this story. Lee Zan. The Otsutsuki clan threw a seed on our planet and grew into a sacred tree. Otsutsuki Kaguya came to guard the sacred tree. But then she betrayed the Otsutsuki clan and ate the sacred tree. The fruit fused with the divine tree to become 10 tails. Lee Zan. Otsutsuki Kaguya ruled the ninja world with her invincible power, but she was afraid that the Otsutsuki clan would come to trouble her, so she used the sacred tree to transform the ancient humans into soldiers, White Zetsu. Uchiha Madara. That's why you told me that White Zetsu was not made by me. Because they are ancient humans? No, I remember that I processed Hashirama cells with Gedo statue and made White Zetsu. If they are ancient humans, what about the Hashirama cells in their bodies? Lee Zan. Good question, how did Senju Hashirama's cells come from? Senju Hashirama said stupidly. How did my cells come from? It should be given by my parents. Senju Tobirama said angrily. Big idiot, the group leader is not asking about the source of your cells. What he is asking is the reason why your cells are so special in the source of your sage body. Senju Hashirama. My cells were not special at first, they were similar to other Senju people. However, our Senju people have inherited the sage body from our ancestors, which is a bloodline boundary, and can continue to develop like Sharingan. The development was relatively successful, on par with Madara's eternal Mangekyo. Uchiha Madara refused to accept. If your physique is comparable to my eyes, why do you press me every time? Senju Hashirama laughed and said, although my physique is not like your eyes, I still have wood style. Although you grabbed 9 tails to fill the gap brought by wood style, I learned at that time. Sage mode, so you still can't beat me. Uchiha Madara. So the reason why I lost to you is not because the Uchiha clan's blood Jijian lost to the Senju clan's blood Jiji, but because I didn't work hard enough? I can go to you. Uchiha Shisui. Going off topic, Lord of the group, How did first Hokage-sama's cells come from? Lee Zan. The ancestors of both the Senju and Uchiha clans are Sage of Six Paths. They are the descendants of Ashura, the second son of Sage of Six Paths, and Indra, the eldest son, who inherited the body and eyes of Sage of Six Paths, respectively. Senju Hashirama. I see, it's no wonder that my cells can supplement Sharingan's pupil power. It turns out that they are set. Uchiha Madara. That's why I activate the Rinnegan only after I fuse Hashirama cells. Sharingan represents the power of the yin in the pupil, and the sage body represents the physical power of the yang. This is what is recorded on the stone tablet. Really explain. Uchiha Shisui. No way. If so, why didn't Uchiha Obito develop Rinnegan? Uchiha Madara explained casually. Maybe it's because of the lack of time. After all, I developed Rinnegan for decades. Maybe it's because the level of his eyes is not enough, and my eternal Mangekyo is one level higher than his. Lee Zan. Wrong answer. Rinnegan is not a fusion of Mangekyo Sharingan and Hashirama cells. The development of Rinnegan requires the fusion of Chakra of Sage of Six Paths. Chakra of Sage of Six Paths consists of two parts, the eldest son Indra's Chakra. Chakra of Chakra and second son Ashura. Uchiha Madara. Chakra. Although Hashirama and I are descendants of those two brothers, we don't have their chakra in us. Lee Zan. Who said no? When Sage of Six Paths chose the successor, he chose his younger brother Ashura, who believed in love, and gave up the powerful Indra. Indra was very dissatisfied with this, and the two brothers turned against each other and kept fighting. Senju Tobarama. So it is. I have always wondered how the grievances between the Senju clan and the Uchiha clan started, but I have never found a specific reason. I thought that both clans had reached the pinnacle of the ninja world, and only each other was left. As rivals, they fought each other to forge a grudge. Uchiha Madara. But that still doesn't explain, I have chakra from both of them? Lee Zan. Ashura and Indra's chakras are so powerful that they are immortal and capable of reincarnation. You two are the reincarnations of their chakras. Uchiha Madara was shocked. Nani? Senju Hashirama can't believe it, no way? Second Mizukage Ghost Lantern Moon suddenly said, so it is. No wonder they can be powerful beyond the range of ordinary people. It turns out that the super strong chakra is on them. Senju Tobarama said slowly. Chakra is the product of the fusion of spiritual energy and physical energy, so it can stimulate the development of their Sharingan and Sage body. Even their characters will be affected by chakra. Uchiha Madara. So it is. I wonder why Hashirama is becoming more and more corrupt. It turns out that Ashura's chakra is influencing him. Senju Hashirama. Your character is getting more and more paranoid, isn't it the influence of Indra chakra? Senju Tobarama. Ah, is this a reincarnation? Seeing my eldest brother and Uchiha Madara, I can understand why Indra failed. Indra's failure should be similar to Uchiha Madara's failure. Uchiha Madara retorted, so what, your success is meaningless and cannot change this tragic world at all. If Indra had won, maybe the world would have become peaceful long ago. Second Mizukage Ghost Lantern Moon. Although I don't like Uchiha Madara very much, I have to admit that he has some truth in what he said. Thank you for reading this story at mtlarchive.com. Your support enables us to keep the site running. Chapter 136. It's not that I'm crazy, it's that you are too ignorant. Uchiha Madara was impassioned. The Sage of Six Paths chose Ashura, the younger brother who believed in love, but what happened? The Sengoku era, which lasted for thousands of years, brought endless harm to the whole world. After the successful establishment of Konoha, everyone chose Senju Hashirama who believed in love, but what happened? The war between the ninja and the ninja turned into a war between the village and the village, and peace has not yet come. The so-called, relying on mutual understanding between people to achieve peace, is fundamentally wrong, because it is never our lack of understanding that causes wars, but the competition for real resources. Senju Hashirama is the easiest person in the ninja world to understand others, right? But when his younger brother needs a life-saving pill just like other people's younger brothers, he will never give up his younger brother just because he understands other people's younger brother. What's the use of your understanding? Your understanding can't change anything. Sage of Six Paths was so naive back then. Did he take understanding as a medicine to save the world? Only the power to suppress the whole world can bring true peace. Lee Zan. Uchiha Madara is right. Don't worry, I will fulfill your dreams for you. Uchiha Madara. Sir, what you said earlier still gives me a magical feeling. When will Highway admit all this? Lee Zan. Don't worry, he'll be useless soon. At that time, I'll let him admit it himself. Howard Stark. I have a question. Who is the man to be the father of Sage of Six Paths? The angle of the old hooligan thinking about the problem is so tricky that the other people in the chat group are a little speechless. Lee Zan. It seems that because of the power of blessing, she gave birth to Sage of Six Paths Otsutsuki Hagoromo and his younger brother Otsutsuki Hamura. Fire Fist Ace said in surprise, Sage of Six Paths actually has a younger brother? Lee Zan. Nonsense, don't forget, Brokon is the standard for the strong in this world. Or, it is the standard for the strong Otsutsuki family. Uchiha Madara. Why did Black Zetsu resurrect Kaguya? Lee Zan. When the Sage of Six Paths brothers grew up, They discovered the cruel side of their mother and resented her reckless harm to ordinary people, especially when she killed the object of Sage of Six Paths crush. Lee Zan. It was at that time that Toad Sage of Mount Myoboku took the initiative to find Sage of Six Paths and helped him practice Sage mode. Sage of Six Paths, who made great achievements, joined his younger brother to build the moon and seal his mother. Uchiha Madara. Making the moon to seal my mother? I remembered, it is said that the moon was made by Sage of Six Paths with planetary devastation, is it true? Lee Zan. It's not an ordinary planetary devastation, it's the Six Paths planetary devastation that he and his younger brother released together. Before Kaguya was sealed, he made his own third son, Black Zetsu, with his own will. Uchiha Madara. Black Zetsu is the fucking will of Sage of Six Paths? Lee Zan. That's right, Black Zetsu is indeed the incarnation of Sage of Six Paths' fucking will, not yours. Uchiha Madara. The steel left by the Sage of Six Paths. Lee Zan. Black Zetsu modified it, or how can I say he controls your life? Uchiha Madara. Senju Tobarama. Is this karma? Senju Hashirama. Tobarama, don't be rude. Uchiha Madara. If Kaguya uses me as a sacrifice to be successfully resurrected, does it mean that your future is ruled by Otsutsuki Kaguya? Lee Zan. No. The resurrection of Otsutsuki Kaguya activates the chakra left by the Sage of Six Paths. Uchiha Sasuke and Uzumaki Naruto, the reincarnations of Indra and Ashura, have grown in strength with the help of the Sage of Six Paths, and finally succeed again seal Otsutsuki Kaguya. Uchiha Madara. Nani? Senju Hashirama. No way? Namikaze Minato. My son is Ashura's reincarnation? No, Ashura Chakra's reincarnation? Lee Zan. Yeah. I seriously doubt that his character who likes to forgive others is the influence of Ashura Chakra. After all, his forgiveness is a bit too cheap. Namikaze Minato said worriedly, there won't be any problem with this chakra staying with Naruto, right? Lee Zan. Don't worry, it's alright. Don't you think Senju Hashirama and Uchiha Madara are good friends? Although they're a bit awkward, it's not a big deal as long as they can be held down. In the future, I will definitely hold them down. Outside world. Lee Zan spread out observation haki, and soon found the place where the Cloud Shinobi village messengers live. Lee Zan's body moved and appeared directly in the courtyard where they lived. Who? The always vigilant Cloud Shinobi village ninja quickly appeared and surrounded Lee Zan, led by a beautiful girl with beige-brown hair. This maiden is the two tails of Cloud Shinobi village, Jinchuriki, the two of whom are wooden golems, who dominate the messenger corps of Cloud Shinobi village. What, is Konoha village going to attack us? It seems that the incident with Hyuga Hizashi last time has not taught you enough lessons. Don't you know the price of taking action against the Cloud Shinobi village messenger? The two of them said arrogantly by wooden golem, looking very arrogant. In the chat group, Senju Tobarama said angrily, these messengers of Cloud Shinobi village are so arrogant. Lee Zan. No, second Hokage, I think they did a good job. Or, Cloud Shinobi village did a good job in some ways. Senju Hashirama wondered, what do you mean? Lee Zan. The ninjas of Cloud Shinobi village are not afraid of being troubled by Konoha Shinobi people even if they come to Konoha's territory. Because they believe in their own village, they are full of confidence. This kind of trust and confidence is something that Konoha Shinobi people do not have. Uchiha Madara. It makes sense. Why don't the Konoha Shinobi have such trust and confidence? Because the top officials of Konoha have done too many mentally retarded things. If the Konoha Shinobi are placed in the position of the Cloud Shinobi village ninja, they should consider bowing their heads. Kneel down, or the village will abandon them. Senju Tobarama. It's all the idiot of Sarutobi Hiruzen, who made Konoha Shinobi lose face in the ninja world. Lord of the group, it's up to you. Whether Konoha Shinobi can regain their prestige and self-confidence is up to you. Lee Zan. Really, it's really a difficult task, but to me, it doesn't seem to be difficult. As soon as the words fell, the Conqueror's haki on Lee Zan burst out, and the overwhelming pressure poured out on the two from Wooden Golem and others. You Konoha, are you provoking our Cloud Shinobi village? We came with the intention of peace, and you are so demonstrative? The two of them gritted their teeth and said angrily, when I go back and tell the movie, your Konoha village will definitely not be better. The two were threatened by Wooden Golem. When our Cloud Shinobi village invades the Land of Fire, you will be responsible for the war. Lee Zan said with disdain. Responsible for the war? You can use this kind of nonsense to intimidate Sarutobi Hiruzen, but it's ridiculous to use it to intimidate me. What's more, where does your confidence come from, making you feel that you can return to Cloud Shinobi village? The expressions of the two of them changed from Wooden Golem, and a large amount of crimson chakra appeared on their bodies immediately, entering the initial state of Tail Beast transformation. After the messenger was killed last time, our Cloud Shinobi village is well prepared this time. If you really want to do something to me, then you will have to bear the corresponding consequences. The two were threatened by Wooden Golem, if I do complete Tail Beastization in Konoha village, do you know how many people Konoha will die? Lee Zan smiled and said indifferently, Tailed Beast? Try it, can you achieve complete Tailed Beast? As soon as Lee Zan finished speaking, Two vines broke out from behind Wooden Golem and tied the legs and arms of Wooden Golem. What happened? Illusion. Mew Shi. The two were taken aback by Wooden Golem and struggled, but to no avail. Point 0. Instead, the wood-style vines that bound her were constantly absorbing the tailed beast chakra on her body, growing continuously, becoming stronger and tougher, making her unable to break free at all. Summoning technique. The huge ghetto statue appeared behind Li Zan, and the two screamed from the two tails inside Wooden Golem. What's wrong? The two from Wooden Golem, who had never seen such a fearful Erwei, hurriedly asked. Ghetto statue, this is the body of the 10 tails. Erwei only had time to say this sentence, and the body was captured by an invisible force, and the chakra that formed the body was continuously extracted and injected into Ghetto statue's body. 4 eyes. Namikaze Minato, take your son to strip 9 tails. The Ghetto statue that absorbed the 4-headed tailed beast is enough to withstand the huge chakra of 9 tails. Li Zan spoke calmly, and Namikaze Shui, who was watching the situation through the chat group, immediately started to act. Namikaze Minato's body is sealed with the yin attribute chakra of 9 tails, which was completely extracted by Li Zan and injected into Ghetto statue's body. The masculine chakra in Uzumaki Naruto's body was not drained, leaving a little to ensure that he would not die from losing the tailed beast. 5 eyes. The number of tailed beasts absorbed by Ghetto statue is more than half, and among them there are 9 tails, one of the largest chakra households. Ghetto statue's power became full, and his aura became terrifying. What are you? What are you doing? The two who lost the tailed beast, Wooden Golem, were disturbed and looked at Ghetto statue with a somewhat horrified expression. Nothing, I just wanted to return to its original appearance. You don't have to worry about Unifying Village, I will take the initiative to explain all this. Because, I will declare war on Cloud Shinobi Village. Li Zan looked at the two by Wooden Golem with a mild expression. You are crazy. The two of them were shocked by Wooden Golem. Is war such a casual thing? It's not that I'm crazy, it's that you are too ignorant. Li Zan walked over to lift the chins of the two wooden golems and smiled. Your threat just now made me very uncomfortable, just stay and be a maid for me. Li Zan watched as the two were led by Wooden Golem, and directly a god did not use it. Superior. Thank you for reading this story at mtlarchive.com. Your support enables us to keep the site running. Chapter 137 by Wooden Golem, it's your turn. Namikaze Minato arranged a luxurious house for Li Zan in Konoha. Li Zan directly used lion fruit to fly the house into the air, and then set off towards Cloud Shinobi Village with the two from Wooden Golem. What kind of ninjutsu is this? Iwagakure's light and heavy rock technique can make objects fly in the air, but it doesn't have this terrifying speed. The two of them, Wooden Golem, stood at the door of the residence, looking at the rapidly receding clouds around them, surprised. It's not ninjutsu, it's my devil fruit ability, and it's time for you to do what you're supposed to do. Lu Yun was lying on a Taishi chair, pointed to the maid outfit next to him, and said to the two wooden golems. You. The two went up and down with Wooden Golem and looked at Li Zan angrily. How dare you humiliate a cage-level ninja? Don't look at me like that, your role is nothing more than that. If I do well, I can show mercy to Cloud Shinobi Village. Li Zan closed his eyes and said lazily. Gritting their teeth, the two wooden golems thought of their friends in Cloud Shinobi Village and walked over in humiliation to pick up maid outfits. There's no one here, just change here. Li Zan opened his eyes and looked at the two wooden golems who were about to enter the room and laughed. Anyway, the perception of the undead in the chat group has been blocked by him, and he is not afraid that the two of them will be taken advantage of by others by Wooden Golem. The two of them were wide-eyed by Wooden Golem, stunned by Li Zan's 403 shamelessness. Yes, that's the expression. This kind of humiliating expression of unruly inner posture, conceited and arrogant, but forced to bow down due to reality. If this is acting, you can get a golden statue. Li Zan looked at the two led by Wooden Golem and said with admiration. Are you so direct with women? The two were somewhat broken by Wooden Golem. By Wooden Golem, I won't allow you to look down on yourself. You have to understand that you are special. Li Zan gave a thumbs up to the two made by Wooden Golem, with a bright smile on his face, and the light of righteousness shone on his white teeth. 11. Cloud Shinobi Village. Reikage Building, Reikage Office. Lord Reikage. Something bad happened, someone invaded Cloud Shinobi Village from the sky. A Cloud Shinobi Village ninja runs into Reikage's office, reporting to 4th Reikage. Ah, I have seen it. 4th Reikage had a gloomy face, standing in front of the office window, looking at the flying villa that was approaching fast in the distance. Iwagakure's light and heavy rock technique. Iwagakure's chop suey, how dare to enter our Cloud Shinobi Village so presumptively. 4th Reikage's body glowed blue, and he looked at the flying villa in the distance with an angry face. He had a deep hatred with Iwagakure. His father, 3rd Reikage, was killed by Iwagakure's ninja siege. Now Iwagakure's ninjas are swaggering into Cloud Shinobi Village again, old and new grievances flooding into his heart, instantly making him furious. Pung. The repaired window in front of 4th Reikage was smashed again, and 4th Reikage was killed with sparks and lightning all the way, stood at the height of the Cloud Shinobi Village building, and suddenly rushed towards the flying villa in midair. Fourth Reikage? That's reckless. Li Zan chuckled and looked at Fourth Reikage rushing up from below. He raised his hand and a repulsive force hit him, Shin Luo Tianzheng. The fourth Reikage, which was halfway through, was hit hard by an invisible repulsive force, and its body instantly froze in midair, and then fell down like a swallow with broken wings. Sir Reikage. The two from Wooden Golem looked worried, but did not dare to act rashly. After being taken away by Li Zan, she also tried to resist Li Zan, but every time she was easily suppressed by the opponent. She has realized the gulf between herself and Li Zan, and has given up struggling long ago. Li Zan smiled and patted the hands of the two wooden golems on his shoulders, and said, "Watch here, I'll educate those stubborn warmongers." A golden throne appeared out of nowhere behind the two wooden golems. Li Zan stood up and pressed her to the seat, imprisoning her movements with gold, lest she couldn't help but do stupid things next. In Cloud Shinobi Village, although Fourth Reikage was beaten by Shinra Tianzheng and fell from the sky, his thick-skinned defense was not a joke. The complexion alternated between bluish and red for a while, and soon returned to normal. Immediately afterwards, he saw Li Zan slowly descend from the sky, hovering in front of him, looking down at him. Fourth Reikage, I came to Cloud Shinobi Village for two purposes. One to get 8 tails, the other to surrender Cloud Shinobi Village. If you can meet my request, I can let you go. Li Zan didn't hide his intentions, and stated his intentions straight to the point. Fourth Reikage said with an exaggerated expression, "Huh? You went to Cloud Shinobi Village to make such a request to Reikage, are you sure you are not joking?" During the conversation, one after another Cloud Shinobi Village ninjas quickly gathered over and surrounded Li Zan. The environment of Cloud Shinobi Village is quite strange. There are high stone pillars one after another in the village, and many buildings are built on the top of these stone pillars. At this time, there were many Cloud Shinobi Village ninjas clinging to these stone pillars, looking down at Li Zan condescendingly. "Come down." Li Zan raised his head and looked around in dissatisfaction, and said softly, "How dare you stand taller than me?" Super Shin Luo Tianzheng. Uzumaki Nagato's ult that requires a charge and cooldown is easy for Li Zan. An extremely terrifying repulsive force erupted with him at the center, and all the Cloud Shinobi Village ninjas around him were blasted away in an instant. The stone pillars that have stood in Cloud Shinobi Village for thousands of years, and the stone pillars that Cloud Shinobi Village regarded as a fortification were also directly shattered by this repulsive force. Boom! Fourth Reikage was blown away like a ball. Fortunately, he had a lightning-style armor with terrible defense, otherwise it would kill him. In the chat group, the undead who regained the ability to perceive the outside world saw this scene. Senju Tobarama was surprised. "It's amazing. Is this Rinnegan's ability? One move can cause so much damage, as expected of the eyes of a fairy." Uchiha Shisui wondered. Uzumaki Nagato doesn't seem to have used this trick, otherwise he should be able to fight with the group leader for a while. Uchiha Madara explained. This move is just to control the repulsive force. The strength of the power depends on the user's own strength. Even if Uzumaki Nagato uses this move, it will not cause such terrible damage. One Piece Roger. Look, that fourth Reikage is back. Isn't that all ninjas crispy? This fourth Reikage seems to be very durable. Li Zan. 90% of all ninjas are crispy skins with weak defenses, but there are some exceptions, such as the fourth Reikage in front of me. Senju Tobarama. As far as I know, Cloud Shinobi Village has a special lightning-style forging technique. Reikages have been very skilled in them over the past dynasties, the physical defense has been greatly improved, and lightning-style chakra can be used to form armor. Li Zan. Yes, Cloud Shadow Village's lightning-style armor is very powerful. After third Reikage cultivated at its peak, it can even fight 8 tails with its powerful defense and attack. Outside world. Fourth Reikage's eyes were blood red, and he charged towards Li Zan with flashing electric lights all over his body. He stabbed Li Zan's heart like a knife, and roared angrily. "You damn bastard. Look, you are all for my village and my subordinates. What did you do?" Armament Hockey. Li Zan calmly clapped his arms, and the top armament Hockey formed an invisible barrier in front of him, even though fourth Reikage's full blow did not break it. This is the lesson you deserve. Continuously collecting secret techniques caused the Third Ninja War, and sent messengers to Konoha to rob and extort. To put it bluntly, your Cloud Shinobi Village is a cancer-like existence to the ninja world. Li Zan smiled and faced fourth Reikage. A wooden dragon got out from behind him and knocked fourth Reikage out of the way. First Hokage's wood style? I remember, are you Li Zan? Fourth Reikage, who was blown away by the wooden dragon, regained his senses and seemed to remember Li Zan's identity. Who am I? Does it matter? Li Zan waved his hand, and the wooden dragon attacked fourth Reikage again. Brother. Just when fourth Reikage was desperately dealing with the wooden dragon in front of him, a rough shout suddenly sounded, and then a dark-skinned strong man jumped quickly from a distance. To dare to hurt my big brother like this, I will never let you go. The dark-skinned strong man is the 8 Tails Jinchuriki Killer Bee. After he made a strange cry, he used the Tail Beast transformation, and his body quickly transformed into 8 Tails Gyuki, an octopus with a bullhead. Inside Killer Bee's sealed space, 8 Tails warned Killer Bee in a serious tone. Bye. The wooden dragon beside fourth Reikage is made by wood style. This escape technique is very restrained on our tailed beasts. Chakra will be absorbed in large quantities. Killer Bee nodded clearly and said, understood. Since that's the case, I'll just use tailed beast bomb to attack him from a distance. The eight tails Gyuki from the outside opened its mouth, and a large purple-black ball quickly condensed and formed in its mouth, and suddenly sprayed towards the wooden dragon fighting fourth Reikage. Seal absorb. Li Zan's body appeared in front of the tailed beast bomb, calmly raised a palm to block the tailed beast bomb, and then the tailed beast bomb quickly shrank away at a speed visible to the naked eye. Nani? Killer Bee was shocked, never seen anyone deal with tailed beast bomb like this. How does this feel like Rinnegan's seal absorption? Eight Tails looked at Li Zan's eyes, making sure there were no black concentric circles inside, but it still felt very strange. Summoning technique. The huge Gedo statue appeared at Li Zan's feet. Eight Tails' expression instantly froze. Isn't this his dear Ten Tails' dad? That person obviously doesn't have a Rinnegan. How could he summoning Ten Tails' dad's body? It's not scientific. The Gedo statue at Li Zan's feet opened his mouth, purple light bloomed from it, and a chain with a seal and pressure effect spewed out from it. As the father of all tailed beasts, it is the most basic ability of Gedo statue to love these turtle sons who have taken away their own power. The purple chain was wrapped around Eight Tails' neck, and then he touched it and pulled it into Gedo statue's mouth. The process was extremely simple and rude. Unlike absorbing other tailed beasts, Li Zan knew that Eight Tails, as a mature tailed beast, would leave octopus feet to save Killer Bee's life. Hey! Eight Tails' body turned into a ball of tea carrot and was swallowed by Gedo statue, with another eye open on his head, and a more powerful and terrifying aura followed from his body. 7 Tails, 8 Tails, 9 Tails, the three turtle sons with the greatest energy have all recovered, and now the Gedo statue has 90% of the power of its heyday. Next, please hang the southeast branch by yourself. Li Zan put his hands together, wood style, birth of the tree world. Boom. It was enough to subvert the entire Cloud Shinobi village. The roots of the plants that rose to the sky ripped apart the ground, tied one after another of the Cloud Shinobi village ninjas, and hung them all on the branches. Even the tenacious fourth Reikage was no exception. With the cooperation of the plant roots, the wooden dragon in front of him wrapped it up with a thorn of a salted fish, and then hung it on the tree. The roots of the plants made by Mutong can absorb the chakra of other ninjas like they absorb nutrients, so none of the tied ninjas can break free. From Wooden Golem, it's your turn. Thank you for reading this story at mtlarchive.com. Your support enables us to keep the site running. Chapter 138 10 Tails Jinchuriki. After capturing all the ninjas in Cloud Shinobi Village, Li Zan handed over the job of persuading them to 2 wooden golems. Li Zan wouldn't mind giving them a new identity if they could know the basics and obey orders obediently. But if they can't understand Li Zan's painstaking efforts, then Li Zan can only send them to the Pure Land to slowly think about life. Okay. Suddenly, Li Zan sensed the call of Thor's flying mark. Leaving a few flying thunder god marks and shadow clone at Cloud Shinobi Village, the ontology immediately left here with the flying thunder god technique. In a small country near the land of the land, in an inaccessible mountain forest, Kakuzu and other members of Akatsuki's organization gathered together, and in front of them were 3 people who had sealed chakra. This is Jinchuriki of 4 tails, 5 tails, 6 tails. Capture. The work of the tailed beasts has been completed, and then we just need to wait for the leader to come and receive them. Kakuzu held a flying thunder god kunai with an expressionless face, constantly feeding chakra into the imprint on it. Okay, it's already here. Li Zan's body appeared beside Kakuzu out of thin air, looking at the 3 Jinchuriki in front of him and nodded with satisfaction. Well done. Complimenting them casually, Li Zan immediately summoned Gedo statue with summoning technique, and the huge Gedo statue appeared behind him. When Gedo statue opened his mouth, 3 purple chains spit out and stabbed into the bodies of 3 Jinchuriki. The faces of the 3 Jinchuriki showed pain for 15 minutes, and the tailed beast chakra was continuously extracted from them, and was absorbed into the mouth of the heretical golem along the purple chain. Wow! The 3 purple chains were retracted, and the 3 Jinchuriki were shocked, and the tailed beasts in their bodies disappeared. But they did not die because they lost the tailed beast, because they still had a little tailed beast chakra left in their body, which saved their lives. I am no longer a Jinchuriki, become free. The 3 Jinchuriki burst into tears, and the tailed beast in their bodies was the source of their suffering for half their lives. Although I don't know what your purpose for collecting tailed beasts is, I still want to thank you. It won't be bad for our village if you collect this kind of thing? Can we leave? Each of the 3 Jinchuriki speaks a sentence, each with a different focus. Stay here a little longer and maybe your mind will change. Li Zan did not let them leave immediately, and turned to look at Gedo statue behind him. 9 eyes. On the Gedo statue at this time, all 9 eyes have been opened. The leader, have you collected all the tailed beasts? Ju asked excitedly. The beauty of reality made him feel unreal. Yes. The 9-headed beasts have all been packed into the Gedo statue, and the next moment is to witness the miracle. Li Zan looked at Gedo's statue with a slight smile, turned around to reveal his Rinnegan, and the concentric circles glowing purple shocked everyone else. Pen's Rinnegan? The legendary Rinnegan? What is this for? Everyone only saw Li Zan revealing his Rinnegan, and then he made a seal on his hands, and then Gedo statue's shape suddenly changed, turning into a hideous one-eyed monster. The eyes of this one-eyed monster are very terrifying. The red eyes have the concentric circle pattern of Rinnegan, and there are 9 hooked jades scattered in the concentric circles. What's this? It feels more terrifying than the tailed beast. Gedo statue has become such a thing after absorbing the tailed beast. This is the source of all tails, 10 tails. Ju looked excited, watching 10 tails' body turn into something as soft as mud, pouring into Li Zan's body. Snapped. Like breaking a piece of fine china, something like white petals appeared beside Li Zan, falling continuously around him. A head of blue silk turned white hair, he was wearing a soft white robe, and 9 jet black hooked jade appeared behind his robe. Lululululululu. 9 jet black spheres appeared beside Li Zan, which is the blood net obtained after the fusion of the 7 attributes of chakra, truth-seeking ball. Kakuzu and others were stunned, and now Li Zan gave them an unparalleled sense of oppression, making them feel as if they were facing the legendary sage of 6 paths. A standard set for 10 tails Jinchuriki. Fun. Li Zan frowned on his own outfit, and a smile appeared on his face. He found himself in control of the outfits, bringing them back to their original state with a single thought, but for the sake of how handsome they are, let them stay outside for a while. In the chat group, Uchiha Madara, is this 10 tails Jinchuriki? What a horrible sense of oppression. Senju Hashirama. Although I am a little unwilling, I have to respond honestly. Even in its heyday, I have no chance against 10 tails Jinchuriki. Li Zan. Hashirama, it's normal that you can't beat 10 tails Jinchuriki. Your wood style comes from the 10 tails sacred tree, and your sage body comes from the physique passed down by 10 tails. The 2 biggest reliances are weakened versions of 10 tails Jinchuriki. It's amazing to be able to win. Senju Tobarama couldn't help but ask, is there any chance of winning? Li Zan. Let me tell you, 10 tails Jinchuriki is immune to all ninjutsu attacks. Only those who master Shienjutsu can attack him effectively. Senju Hashirama laughed. Shienju? I will do this? Li Zan. It's useless. 10 tails Jinchuriki is born with Master 6 Paths magic, which is stronger than your magic. Unless you master the power of 6 paths and 6 paths magic, ordinary magic can't deal with it. 10 tails Jinchurikis. Senju Tobarama said depressedly. The power of 6 paths and the magic of 6 paths, how can ordinary people master such things? Only the reincarnation of the son of sage of 6 paths can get such a chance. Outside world. Black Zetsu looked at Li Zan and said excitedly. Boss, now you should be able to use infinite Tsukuyomi. Create a truly peaceful and fantastic world. Li Zan looked at Black Zetsu with a mocking smile on his face, and said slowly. I can indeed use infinite Tsukuyomi now, but why should I use it? I don't want to be a sacrifice for Otsutsuki Kaguya's resurrection. As soon as these words came out, Black Zetsu's face changed wildly, and he wanted to escape without saying a word. Since Li Zan knows infinite Tsukuyomi and Otsutsuki Kaguya, it is impossible for him to fool each other. Li Zan already knew that it had bad intentions, and of course it would not stay and die. It can't die, it has to save its mother. Puff, before Black Zetsu could escape, a jet black iron rod pierced its body. This is the illusion of truth-seeking ball, which can restrain the yin and yang creation of Black Zetsu. Planetary devastation. Li Zan flicked his fingers, and a pitch-black ball was bounced towards Black Zetsu, and a powerful attraction erupted instantly. Infinite dirt and rocks were attracted by the small black ball, forming a large rock ball around Black Zetsu, sealing Black Zetsu in it. Kakuzu and the others stepped back again, and the aftermath of planetary devastation made them feel like they couldn't resist. Fortunately, this move was not aimed at them, otherwise they would have been sucked in and crushed to death. In the chat group. Fi. Li Zan. How about it, have you given up completely? Uchiha Madara sighed softly. I didn't expect that I, Uchiha, the wise man would have been fooled by such a ghost for half my life. Lord of the group, what are you going to do with him? Li Zan. This thing is just a shitstick. Number 403 can let him continue to stir up trouble in the ninja world. I plan to send it to the bottom of the sea and seal it completely with a sealing barrier. Uchiha Madara. That's a good idea. Only by allowing it to endure the infinite loneliness and pain in the seal can it wash away the infinite crimes it has committed. Senju Hashirama. It's unbelievable that the mastermind behind the scenes is such a weak guy. Li Zan. Don't underestimate it. It is the same kind of person as Shimura Danzo, and their strength cannot measure their harm. Outside world. Li Zan created a shadow clone to take Black Zetsu away, then looked at Kakuzu and others in front of him with a smile and said, Everyone, I have a good news for you. I have decided to end the war in the ninja world. From now on, the ninja world can only there is a ninja village. Old Z, the former Four Tails Jinchuriki, asked with a worried look. Which ninja village can exist? Li Zan laughed. It's not the ninja village that exists now, but the ninja village after all the ninja villages are integrated. As long as the ninjas become people in the same village, then conflicts can be resolved through negotiation and compromise. The former Five Tails Jinchuriki Han suddenly realized, if this is the case, then the ninja world war will not happen. Even if there are still contradictions, it will not be so intense that the Ninja World War will break out. Li Zan said with relief. That's right, only I can do this kind of thing, and only I have the strength to do it. Those who are willing to go back to their own village, bring this news back, and those who don't want to go back can continue to follow me. Li Zan glanced at them and said slowly, although I don't like war, if someone hinders me from achieving peace, I will not be merciful. In the chat group, Second Mizukage Ghost Lantern Moon. Master, do you really want to unify the entire ninja world? If that's the case, please reincarnate me. In order to prevent some people in Kirigakure from being ignorant, I will persuade them myself. Li Zan. Yes, since thank you for reading this story at mtlarchive.com. Your support enables us to keep the site running. Chapter 139 is amazing, he can really live, Kirigakure. Li Zan, who came here through Flying Thunder God technique, created Second Mizukage Ghost Lantern Moon's grave very simply, and then brought a white Zetsu as a sacrifice to summon Ghost Lantern Moon. Kirigakure Ghost Lantern Wanyue, who was reincarnated from Earth, sighed with emotion. I didn't expect that after so many years of death, I would be able to return to this land again. Li Zan laughed aside. If you like this feeling, you can stay here in the future. Ghost Lantern said differently. Are you serious? Li Zan said. What do you think? You are of little value to me if you stay in the undead chat group. But if you are active in the ninja world, your contribution will be great. Ghost Lantern Wanyue said with an exaggerated expression. Isn't it? It's a shame that I was still moved just now, so you want to use me even if you don't let the dead go. In the chat group, One Piece Roger complained. Don't be ignorant of happiness in happiness, we can't do it now if we want to go out and fight. Golden Lion Shiki snorted coldly. Roger, don't think we are all like you, Lousy doesn't want to go out at all. Whitebeard. Old La La La. Shiki's dream of world domination has been shattered, and it's normal that he doesn't want to go out. Gold Thief Wu Nan. Whitebeard, do you want to be reborn? Fire Fist Ace. Dad, are you going to see Margot and the others? Whitebeard said open-mindedly. No, I don't want to be impure world reincarnation. Not to mention that impure world reincarnation is not a real resurrection, even if it is a real resurrection, I don't want to get it. Howard Stark puzzled. Why? Not to mention the resurrection from the dead, even if it is like reincarnation, walking in the world like a living dead is a good thing. Whitebeard. My sons have come to terms with my death, and while my resurrection will make them happy, it's not good for their growth. While I love being with my sons, parents are ultimately away from the child. Li Zan. Moving soil and turning around can exist for a long time. If you want, I can let you send all your sons away. Whitebeard said speechlessly. That's why I don't want to go back. It's the most painful thing for a white-haired person to send a black-haired person. I don't want to watch my sons die of old age one by one. You can let them accompany me forever. Li Zan refused without hesitation. You're thinking about ass. Joke. How fraternal is Whitebeard, doesn't he know yet? Bringing together Whitebeard's admitted sons into dozens of independent regiments has no pressure. Is it crazy to let these tens of thousands of people live together with Baiwei? Whitebeard laughed. Ancient Lala, in this case, why should I go back? Let me go privately, escape the picture of the death. One Piece Roger. Whitebeard, you are too hypocritical. If you don't want to be resurrected, how about resurrecting my son? He has no descendants yet. Senju Tobarama said speechlessly. Roger, it is impossible to give birth to offspring in a state of reincarnation. One Piece Roger was stunned. What? I didn't expect Earth rebirth to have such a flaw, so let's forget it. Fire Fist Ace. So your purpose for resurrecting me is to leave a descendant? One Piece Roger also found that his speech was inappropriate, and quickly defended. Ace, I didn't mean that. I mean, you can decide this kind of thing yourself, and I won't decide for you. Whitebeard. Old La La La, Ace, if you want to reincarnate, go to Impure World Reincarnation. You are not like me, you were too young when you died. Fire Fist Ace. This makes me think about it. One Piece Roger. What's there to consider? It's definitely more fun to live than to die. Howard Stark. I agree with this. There are a lot of interesting things in the world of living beings. Don't you feel bored when you stay in the chat group? In other words, there are no restrictions on the body of reincarnation? Bar? Li Zan. The body of reincarnation allows you to have infinite physical strength without eating or drinking, and an immortal body that can be instantly reconstituted after being crushed into powder. Howard Stark surprised. So good. Senju Tobarama. There is also a limit to reincarnation, which is to lose all feeling. Howard Stark was stunned. Then the wine, food, beauty. Is it impossible to enjoy these things? Li Zan. That's right, don't talk about these enjoyment things, even if you want to feel yourself alive with pain, it's an extravagant hope. Howard Stark. Damn. What's the point of this form of resurrection? You can't enjoy anything, you can only watch it, it's torture. Senju Tobarama said speechlessly. I invented U2 reincarnation to fight with those who have died, not to let them come back to enjoy life. Howard Tucker. Got it. Those who are reincarnated in seconds are tool people, they just need to work. This is so sad, I don't want to be Impure World Reincarnation. I can't even accept a massage, after reincarnation to be a tool man? Uchiha Shisui retorted. It can't be said that, not everyone wants to enjoy life after being resurrected. Some people want to be resurrected just to fulfill their unfulfilled wishes, or to change the world they're not used to. Ghost Lantern Wanyue interjected. That's right, it's me who is so conscious, and I'll come to realize the peace of this ninja world. Lord of the group, I'll persuade the current Mizukage. In addition, if you want to attack Iwagakure, remember to let on the vanguard. Senju Tobarama. I remember, second Mizukage died with second Tsuchikage, right? No wonder you have a problem with Iwagakure. Ghost Lantern Wanyue smiled and said, although I can't compete with Wu that bastard anymore, it's not bad to bully his descendants. I remember that he had a disciple named Oyemu who inherited his dust, and now he doesn't. Do you know if you're dead? Li Zan. Not dead. That old guy has longevity genes, and I see him in his 90s in the future. Senju Hashirama was shocked. 90s? Amazing, he can really live. Uchiha Madara was also shocked. In his 90s? When he was in his 90s, was he too old to move? Li Zan. No, not only is there no old immobile, but also a ninja close to cage level was killed with dust. Ghost Lantern Moon. Ha 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 ha. Interesting, really interesting. I wasn't very interested in attacking Iwagakure before, but now I'm interested. I can still be so fierce in my 90s. You must see this Wu apprentice. Uchiha Madara felt a little weird, but thinking about Li Zan's never aimless goals, he can only sigh about the evil of Onogi. Although Uchiha Madara also lived in his 90s, he was able to live that long because of the support of Geto statue, and Onogi had no such thing. Uchiha Madara asked, how strong is Onogi? Li Zan. What's wrong with being a proper shadow ninja when you were young? Uchiha Madara. It's nothing, I'm relieved to see that he just lived longer. Senju Tobarama said with contempt, it's uncomfortable to be surpassed in this kind of thing. Uchiha Madara, you are enough. Uchiha Madara unceremoniously retorted. Who doesn't know what kind of stuff you Senju Tobarama is? Don't pretend to me here. Seeing his good brother and his good friend taking pictures, Senju Hashirama felt tired for a while, and quickly changed the subject. Master Group Leader, is it really okay for you to accommodate those rebels from the Shao organization? Li Zan. Don't worry. The leader of Shao's organization and the mastermind behind the scenes have been sent to Konoha. What are the thugs of Shao's organization? At Namikaze Minato, are the members of Shao's organization still safe in Konoha? Namikaze Minato. It's okay. Uzumaki Nagato didn't do anything to hurt Konoha, so I didn't punish him and send him to Konoha Hospital for treatment. But his body is too weak, and his mental strength is not strong enough. The level of Hashirama cells is acceptable, so it looks like he is dying. Uchiha Madara said with disdain. Uzumaki Nagato is just a talented Uzumaki clan. After using Rinnegan for so many years, he has been severely overdrawn. His Uzumaki bloodline is not strong enough to rival Hashirama cells, and he cannot use Hashirama cells to restore his vitality. It's doomed to die. Namikaze Minato hesitated. Sir, is there no way to save him? Uchiha Madara laughed. Fourth Hokage, do you value the leader of this Shao organization? Namikaze Minato. My wife is from the Uzumaki clan, and the demise of the Uzumaki clan has a lot to do with Konoha. Today, I don't know how many Uzumaki tribes still exist in the world. I want to make up for Konoha's past mistakes. Shiki the Golden Lion. Make up for the wrong things? You said that, Uzumaki Nagato's misfortune has a lot to do with Konoha. If the Uzumaki clan did not perish, if there was no Shimura Danzo. Senju Hashirama embarrassed. Ha ha ha, really, this poor child. Senju Tobarama. He was hurt so badly by Konoha, but he hasn't revenge on Konoha. Konoha should really make up for him. Minato, it's over to you. Namikaze Minato. Don't worry, I will definitely take care of him. After all, he is also a disciple of Mr. Jiraiya and my classmate. Shiki, the Golden Lion. When you say that, I want to ask, if there is no intervention from the group leader, will Uzumaki Nagato report to Konoha? Li Zan. Of course, he went to Konoha to capture 9 tails, and razed Konoha to the ground with a Super Shinra Tenjin. 5th Hokage Tsunade almost died at his hands. Senju Hashirama. Senju Tobarama. Namikaze Minato. Uchiha Madara sneered. Do you want to continue teaching him? Senju Hashirama said firmly. Save, of course. This is the original future, didn't all this happen? Senju Tobarama. I want to ask, who in the original future defeated him? Wait, I seem to know. Ghost Lantern said sourly. Is there any need to ask? It must be the reincarnation of Chakra, the second son of Sage of 6 Paths, Uzumaki Naruto. The Golden Lion Shiki sneered. The world of Hokage is really interesting. The real powerhouses are the descendants of the Sage of 6 Paths family, or their Chakra reincarnation. Li Zan. More than that, in the thousands of years of history of the entire ninja world, the real giants are the descendants of the Otsutsuki family. The entire war in the ninja world can be seen as the infighting of the Otsutsuki family. Howard Tucker couldn't help laughing and crying. Master Group Leader, you said that, the plot classification of the entire ninja world has changed from epic wars to family ethics. Ghost Lantern Moon. It's already a reality, and we're not allowed to tell the truth? Li Zan, the group owner, 5th Hokage has been persuaded by me. Li Zan. So simple. Ghost Lantern Wanyue. It's mainly because she has seen the power of the group master, so it's easier to say, Ming's good, to take it. Li Zan. That's not bad. Junji is the one who knows the current affairs. Terumi Mei, Junji among women. Ghost Lantern Moon. Also I want to ask, after they surrender, what will you do with them in Kirigakure? Li Zan. After the only ninja village is established, branches will be set up in various important locations in the ninja world. If the location of Kirigakure happens to coincide with the location of the branch, it can be remodeled and continued to be used. If its location is not suitable, then only it can be abandoned as a tourist destination. Li Zan. As for Terumi Mei and the others, you can rest assured that the organization will not waste talents. You see the bad guys in the Shao organization, I let them find a place to shine, let alone the pillars in the village of Shinobi. Shao organized those talents who spoke nicely and were all packaged by Li Zan and sent to Konoha village. Like Kakuzu, who was sent to the finance department, he would never tolerate any corruption or waste of public funds in Konoha because of his conscientious and meticulous attitude towards money. People like Orochimaru and Scorpion of Red Sand were sent to the scientific research department. Both of them are scientists. They are rare and precious talents in the ninja world. Their research can promote the development of the world more than ordinary ninjutsu research. People like White Zetsu, who gave up their struggles and followed Li Zan with determination, let them continue to serve as eyes and ears. When Changtu was reincarnated, they provided avatars as sacrifices. If it was not enough, they could go to plant trees. The commander once said that even a piece of toilet paper has its value, let alone those talented people who speak well in the Shao organization. Namikaze Minato. Speaking of this, I was about to tell the group leader that Orochimaru wants to see you. Also, Tsunade-sama is back, and she wants to see you too. Thank you for reading this story at mtlarchive.com. Your support enables us to keep the site running. Chapter 140 Girlfriend is more than 20 years older. In the chat group, Senju Hashirama saw Namikaze Minato mention Tsunade, and immediately said, Master, let's go back to Konoha. I have long wanted to see Tsunade, but unfortunately I have been very busy since I came to the world of Hokage. Senju Tobarama. That's not it. When I first came to this world, I was busy dealing with a bunch of bad things in Konoha, and then I rushed to Kirigakure to help the failed 4th Mizukage solve Uchiha Obito. 2nd Mizukage Ghost Lantern Moon. Although your statement makes me very uncomfortable, I can't refute it. Senju Tobarama. After meeting Uchiha Obito in Kirigakure, I rushed to Rain Shinobi village to recover Rinnegan. After that, I collected tailed beasts in the ninja world, and now I am ready to unify the ninja world after collecting tailed beasts. Li Zan. That's true, ever since I came to the world of Hokage, I've been busy. If I hadn't had the ability to leave the house with lion fruit, I'd be too tired to move now. Namikaze Minato. There is also the Flying Thunder God technique, which is a miracle for traveling. It's a pity that you need the Flying Thunder God mark to jump in space. Senju Tobarama. 4th generation, I invent the Flying Thunder God technique, not for you to use him on your way. Uchiha Madara sneered. No, you invented it to give yourself a speed that Mangekyo Sharingan can't capture, so as to deal with this Uchiha clan. My brother Izuna died under this trick. Senju Hashirama rounded things up. It's all in the past, don't mention it again. Now everyone is dead, there's nothing to say. Uchiha Madara echoed. That's right, after all, my Uchiha clan still exists, and your Senju clan will soon be completely wiped out. Senju Hashirama. Who said that? Our Senju clan still has a direct descendant of Miaohong, Tsunade. How could it be destroyed? Uchiha Madara sneered. There is only one female class left. Do you want her to develop the Senju clan by herself? It's hard, and you don't know yet, right? Senju Tobarama. Know what? Uchiha Madara. Your granddaughter lost her lover when she was young, and maybe she will never get married in her life. So, the complete demise of your Senju clan is very likely. Senju Tobarama. Senju Hashirama. Being ridiculed, so heartbroken. Li Zan. If that's the case, let's go to Konoha. Since Tsunade left Konoha, he has been wandering in the ninja world without a fixed place. If she doesn't take the initiative, I don't think it will be easy to find her. Uchiha Madara. It's not that the group owner is too busy to find her, but she is really hard to find. Compared with finding Tsunade, which takes a long time and is not in a hurry, it is more correct to prioritize other things. Uchiha Madara. That's why you say trash Tobarama, don't make a gesture of making a sacrifice yourself. It's not that the group leader doesn't take care of you, it's the descendants of your Senju clan who don't fight for 403 anger. 2nd Mizukage Ghost Lantern Moon. Uchiha Madara is right, 2nd Hokage, don't pretend that you made a sacrifice yourself. Even if you asked for Tsunade, the group owner will still give priority to our Kirigakure affairs. Senju Tobarama said angrily. Okay. The descendants of our Senju clan are not good enough, but the descendants of your Ghost Lamp clan and the Uchiha clan will do well. 2nd Mizukage Ghost Lantern Moon. Uchiha Madara. Thinking about the situation of their own family, Uchiha Madara and Ghost Lantern are speechless. Konoha Village, Hokage Office. Li Zan directly appeared here with the Flying Thunder God technique, and found that in addition to Namikaze Minato, Konoha Sannin was also present. Lord Li Zan. Seeing Li Shenxuan, Namikaze Minato and Konoha Sannin both stood up and greeted him. Sit down, don't be nervous. Li Zan smiled and asked them to sit down. He could see Konoha Sannin's restraint. For ordinary ninjas in the Hokage world, Konoha Sannin Shinobu is naturally a big man above. But Konoha Sannin knew very well that they were not much different from ordinary people in front of Li Zan. The white-haired Jiraiya scratched her hair, hesitated for a while, and then couldn't help but take the lead. Lord Li Zan, I have heard Minato say everything about you. You really have a power comparable to Sage of Six Paths. Li Zan glanced at Jiraiya and asked with a smile, before asking me this question, did you go to Mount Myoboku and ask that old toad? Jiraiya said embarrassedly, you even know the great toad sage of Mount Myoboku? Li Zan said, of course. The toad Maru of Mount Myoboku once instructed Sage of Six Paths 1,000 years ago. Its ability to predict in dreams is indeed very strong. Did it predict my appearance? Jiraiya answered truthfully. No, I went to Mount Myoboku and asked the toad sage, and it said that it can no longer see the future. Because you, who do not belong to history, have destroyed the original future. Li Zan laughed. You don't know if this outcome is good or bad for the ninja world, so you just want to get to know me? Jiraiya was told the truth and nodded embarrassedly. Yes, I don't know if you know, the great toad sage previously predicted that my disciple would become the son of prophecy who would change the world of ninja. Li Zan said with a smile. Now there is no child of prophecy in the ninja world, you can put down this prophecy. I have a strength no less than Sage of Six Paths, and I will lead the development of the ninja world from now on. In the chat group, Senju Tobarama couldn't help but ask, what happened to the great toad sage of Mount Myoboku? The ability to predict the future is too scary, isn't it? Uchiha Madara was even more surprised. That old toad really taught Sage of Six Paths, and he lived for thousands of years. Second Mizukage Ghost Lantern Moon. It's amazing. I thought that Onoji's young and old would have enough longevity, but I didn't expect a big toad that has lived for thousands of years. Is the lifespan of a toad that long? Li Zan. That's not an ordinary toad, it's a toad sage. After the summoning beasts of the three holy places have practiced immortality, their lives are extremely long. As for predicting the future, this ability does not need to be feared at all, there is nothing to fear. Senju Hashirama. Why do you say that? Li Zan. First of all, it sees fragments of the future through dreams, so his prophecies are often vague. It's like it predicts that Jiraiya's disciple is the son of prophecy, but it can't see who the son of prophecy is. Howard Stark. Can't find who it is? Then this ability is indeed a bit tasteless. You can't see a talented person and accept him as a disciple. This is simply looking for a needle in a haystack. Li Zan. Indeed. Jiraiya has chosen 3 people who may be the sons of prophecy as apprentices, namely Uzumaki Nagato, Namikaze Minato and Uzumaki Naruto. Senju Tobarama. Needless to say, the son of prophecy must be Uzumaki Naruto. But as far as the situation is concerned, the son of prophecy is useless. After all, there is the lord of the group, and they don't need to defeat Kaguya Hime to save the world. Outside world. Jiraiya, who received Li Zan's reply, breathed a sigh of relief and seemed to let go of the obsession in her heart. Since Li Zan has the same power as Sage of Six Paths, there is no need for him to worry, because it is useless to worry. Jiraiya smiled and said, that's fine, I can also give up my search for the son of prophecy. Li Zan shook his head and said, why are you looking for the son of prophecy? According to the prophecy of the great toad sage, the son of prophecy will definitely become your apprentice. Even if you don't look for him, you will meet under the guidance of fate. Orochimaru on the side sneered. If there is no excuse to find the child of prophecy, how could third Hokage let him go? He also knows that the child of prophecy will definitely become his disciple, but he needs a reason to leave Konoha. Jiraiya said angrily, Orochimaru, what did you say? Orochimaru said contemptuously, Jiraiya, there's no need to hide it at this time, right? Konoha under the control of third Hokage is a corrupt and depraved village, and we are all people who escaped from it. Jiraiya was silent for a moment, then sighed. You're right, the old man did a lot of wrong things in controlling Konoha, but unfortunately I didn't have the ability and courage to stop him. I had no choice but to escape. Saying that, Jiraiya looked at Orochimaru with a knowing smile on her face. Of course. There is a more important reason for me to leave Konoha, and that is to bring you back. I didn't expect that my goal was not achieved, but you back to Konoha in another way. In the chat group, second Mizukage Ghost Lantern Moon. Why'd I feel that this Jiraiya and Orochimaru, the relationship between the two is a bit abnormal? Li Zan. What's wrong? Friends who love and kill each other, but the relationship between these two is somewhat different from Senju Hashirama and Uchiha Madara, but similar to Hitaki Kakashi and Uchiha Obito. Howard Stark. Wow, things are getting interesting. Is Jiraiya a copy of Hitaki Kakashi? Li Zan. No, Jiraiya is a copy of Uchiha Obito. Senju Tobarama. No way, it was Orochimaru who defected. Li Zan. Jiraiya and Uchiha Obito are both the top students in the class, Orochimaru and Hitaki Kakashi are both the top students in the class. The two top students finally have the strength to match or even surpass the top students. This is their similarity. Place. Gold thief Wu Nan. Ah, did the back of the crane also have a time when the chief was born? It seems that the Hokage world also has a bloody story. Shiki, the golden lion, said disdainfully, it's just a small person counterattacking a small person, and surpassing the Otsutsuki clan is the real counterattack. Howard Tucker. Who's Rin Nohara's copycat? Namikaze Minato. There is no copy of Rin Nohara. The two of them are teammates with Tsunade-sama. The situation where Rin Nohara was killed did not happen. Uchiha Shisui. The group leader said so. BFDH, Konoha Sannin is really similar to Hitaki Kakashi team. Konoha Sannin's teacher is 3rd Hokage, and Kakashi's teacher is 4th Hokage. Senju Toburama. What the hell? Sarutobi Hiruzen, the executioner who killed the Senju clan, made Tsunade his apprentice. Shame. 2nd Mizukage Ghost Lantern Moon. I didn't expect it. Sarutobi Hiruzen was not a good Hokage, but he was good at teaching his apprentices. The 3 apprentices, Konoha Sannin, are all shadow-level ninjas. Sword God Ryoma. If he had become a teacher instead of Hokage at the beginning, maybe the ending would have been different. It is a disaster for an incompetent person to be a leader, so I always think that incompetent leadership is a sin. Lee Zan. Sarutobi Hiruzen's disciples have a hand. Stop being funny. Konoha Sannin is a pornographic gambler. Everyone has character flaws. This is a disciple that a good teacher can bring out. Sarutobi Hiruzen is a shitluck, just met 3 good seedlings. Senju Toburama. It makes sense. Senju Hashirama. Tsunade bet I know, it's learned from me. Orochimaru and Jiraiya. Lee Zan. The color novel written by Jiraiya sells well in the ninja world. You can come out and read it if you have a chance. Senju Hashirama embarrassed. Don't talk nonsense, I'm not interested in this stuff. Howard Stark. I'm a little interested in this stuff. I'd like to see it if I can. Howard Stark was a scientific researcher before his death, and he did not have a strong fighting ability. He is more interested in these cultural products than the mighty power of Otherworld. The color novel that can sell well in Otherworld, Howard Stark wants to see it. It's a pity that in Pure World Reincarnation's body does not have a physiological response, which makes Howard Stark a little disappointed. Outside World. Tsunade saw that Jiraiya was finished, so he took the initiative to say, Master, can you help me revive 2 people? Since you can reincarnation Namikaze Minato in Pure World, you should also be able to let others come back? Lee Zan laughed. Who do you want me to reincarnate? Tsunade said without hesitation, my brother, Senju Nawaki, and my lover, Kato Dan. In the chat group, Uchiha Madara mocked, at Senju Hashirama Senju Toburama, what do you two think? The granddaughter you've always wanted to see, never thought of letting you come back to meet her. Senju Hashirama. Senju Toburama, speechless. Lee Zan from the outside world asked Tsunade very intimately, you never thought of letting your eldest grandfather and second grandfather come back to see you? Tsunade was stunned, shook his head and said, no need. The forbidden technique of reincarnation was invented by my second grandfather, and then became the forbidden technique at the strong request of my grandfather. Neither of them liked this kind of play. The forbidden technique of the souls of the dead, why should I reincarnate them? I don't want to be scolded. Lee Zan was speechless. Then Kato Dan and Senju Nawaki. Tsunade said proudly, these two dare not scold me. Lee Zan nodded and said, understood. Those who dare to scold you will not be reincarnated, those who dare not scold you can be reincarnated to meet. Tsunade said, that's right, interrupting their sleep without their consent is something that can't be done to the elders. Although I miss them very much, but... In the chat group, Senju Hashirama laughed and said, so, Tsunade understands me, she knew that I didn't like Chengtu's reincarnation, so she gave up on my reincarnation. Senju Toburama echoed, it seems that we blamed her wrong. If you think about it carefully, if I didn't join the chat group of the group owner and was reincarnated rashly, I would definitely not be very happy. After all, in the world of living people, suitable for us dead to disturb. Outside world. Lee Zan looked at Tsunade and suddenly asked, is it really just because of this? The reason you suffer from hyperphobia is because of Kato Dan and Senju Nawaki. Tsunade's expression changed, and Senju Hashirama and Senju Toburama in the chat group were also excited. Senju Toburama. How can Tsunade suffer from hyperphobia? If a ninja is afraid of blood, he is basically useless. Namikaze Minato. I know about this. Tsunade-sama is a medical ninja, which can be said to be the best medical ninja in the ninja world. But when Senju Nawaki and Kato Dan were seriously injured, she failed to save them, so she stayed heartbroken. Senju Toburama sighed. Is that so? With the best medical ninjutsu, but unable to save the people closest to him, no wonder he suffers from hyperphobia. Senju Hashirama. Sir, this is Tsunade's heart disease. Summon those 2 people to reincarnate and let her untie the knot. Outside world. Lee Zan smiled and said to Tsunade, I agree to your request, can I help you reincarnate? Tsunade rejoiced. Really? Lee Zan nodded and said, of course, go and dig your grave. Tsunade. Although he knew that Lee Zan was talking about Chengtu's request for reincarnation and had no other meaning, Tsunade still felt awkward. Turning around and taking 2 steps, Tsunade suddenly stopped. She turned to look at Lee Zan and sighed. Forget it, Lord Lizan, I don't want to reincarnate them. Lizan wondered, why? Tsunade smiled wryly. They're already sleeping, and I think I'm going to dig up their graves and cut up their bodies. At the end of the day, Tsunade suddenly flinched. Reincarnation can't help manipulating the souls of the dead and desecrating their corpses. And those who have been reincarnated are not truly resurrected. Tsunade glanced at Minato, shook his head and said, without all the human senses, making them alive is suffering. Namikaze Minato nodded in agreement and said, it is indeed a sin to live in the form of reincarnation. However, Nidaim's development of this ninjutsu was not for reincarnators to enjoy, and tools are our positioning. Tsunade looked at Namikaze Minato and said, Minato can live in this way because he has something to do, he has to take care of the village and Naruto, he can find the meaning of his existence. But Nawaki and Takuya, even if they are reincarnated, with nothing to do, stay with me. I can't let them suffer because of my own selfishness. Lizan glanced at Tsunade in surprise and smiled, I didn't expect that, your consciousness is quite high. Tsunade suddenly moved in his heart and asked, you said just now that you now have the power of Sage of Six Paths. Can you really bring them back to life? Lizan said helplessly, you still don't give up, even if I can really resurrect them, are you sure they can accept the reality? Tsunade wondered, why not accept it? Lizan said helplessly, don't think about it, how many years have they been dead? Tsunade said sadly, it's been more than 20 years. Lizan said, yeah, they have been dead for more than 20 years, but they will be resurrected at the same age as when they died. Understand? Tsunade was startled, not knowing why. Lizan explained. Senju Nawaki would find that his friends back then had all turned into middle-aged men in their 30s, while Kato Dan would find that his lover was 20 years older than him. You think, they could do you accept? Tsunade's face turned pale, this may really be unacceptable. Senju Nawaki is okay, if Kato Dan is 20 years younger than her. Tsunade thought of that scene and suddenly realized that it was better to let them sleep peacefully. Thank you for reading this story at mtlarchive.com. Your support enables us to keep the site running. Chapter 141 There are new people joining the group. In the chat group, Uchiha Madara, looks like the Senju clan is about to be completely wiped out. Namikaze Minato. There is little chance that Tsunade will give up on resurrecting her lover and find someone else. In this way, the Senju clan is really in danger of complete annihilation. Senju Tobirama. How can this be done? Lord of the group, you persuade her for us. Let's just say we said that the Senju clan cannot disappear. At least, it can't disappear before the Uchiha clan. Lizan. I try, outside world. Lizan looked at the relieved Tsunade and said with a serious expression. Tsunade, do you know that I have the ability to communicate with the undead? My wood style and water style are from your eldest grandfather and second grandfather. Tsunade was stunned and said, I heard this rumor, is this rumor true? Lizan replied, it's true, both your eldest grandfather and second grandfather can see you through me. They asked me to tell you that the Senju family cannot perish. Tsunade was stunned for a moment, and said with a blushing face, I will consider this matter. Seeing this, Jiraiya on the side hurriedly said, Tsunade, would you like to have a drink together? Tsunade glanced at Jiraiya and said blankly, forget it. You are a busy person, so I won't delay your research. After saying this, Tsunade left directly. Jiraiya has always had a crush on her and Tsunade knows it. It's a pity that what Jiraiya did makes her not very cold. As a writer of color novels, Jiraiya did not forget to write materials when he was looking for the Son of Prophecy and Orochimaru over the years. His experience over the years can be completely described in one sentence. People have lost contact in the ninja world. Jiraiya laughed dryly, facing the teasing eyes of others, and said with an embarrassed expression, I haven't seen Nagato and Conan for a long time, I'll go see them. In the chat group, Senju Tobirama. This Jiraiya is interesting to Tsunade? Senju Hashirama. If Jiraiya's feelings for Tsunade are the same as Uchiha Obito's feelings for Nohara Rin, that's something to consider. Lizan. Thinking too much, although they are all Diosi, but Jiraiya is not as infatuated as Uchiha Obito. Uchiha Madara laughed and said, I see, Jiraiya is similar to his apprentice Nagato, what he really loves in his heart is Orochimaru, right? Lizan. Maybe, Senju Tobirama. No way. Orochimaru is still alive, and Jiraiya shouldn't be like that. Lizan. Tell you a secret, Orochimaru practiced a secret technique called living corpse reincarnation. He transformed himself into a white snake sage, which can take other people's bodies to gain longevity, in order to gain immortality. Doflamingo. Eternal life. Fufufufu, it seems that the Hokage world has many secret techniques for immortality. Lizan. No, Orochimaru's secret technique is not perfect. Every time he changes his body, he will deplete his soul. In the long run, his soul will dry up and die. This secret technique cannot make him immortal. Howard Stark. Hey, I get it. Although this secret technique cannot give him immortality, it can make him change his body. For example, change the body of a woman? Senju Hashirama. Senju Tobirama. Second Mizukage Ghost Lantern Moon. Young people these days really know how to play. Uchiha Madara laughed. It seems that the truth is like this. Tsunade knew that Orochimaru could become a woman and rejected Jiraiya for fear of failure. Senju Toburama. Fart. Namikaze Minato explained, that's not the case. The reason why Tsunade-sama rejected Jiraiya-sensei was mainly because Jiraiya-sensei was restless. Senju Toburama. Why is this kid restless? Namikaze Minato faltered. This? Jiraiya-sensei is a writer, so in order to get inspiration for writing, he often goes to the women's bath. Li Zan added with a smile. I have to make a statement. It's a great cause of women's bathhouses, and he's been doing it since he was 7 or 8 years old. Howard Stark exclaimed. He discovered the secret of yin and yang at the age of 7 or 8. Then he is really talented. Li Zan. People in the Hokage world mature early, it's normal. Senju Toburama was very annoyed. No wonder Tsunade rejected him. This kind of thing is also worthy of my Senju family's son-in-law? One Piece Roger. Wait, son-in-law? Senju Toburama. Bullshit. I'm the only one left in the Senju family. How can I continue without a son-in-law? Li Zan. My son-in-law? It's hard to do. Tsunade will lose every bet. Now he owes hundreds of millions in debt, and few men dare to marry him. Senju Toburama. Uchiha Madara sneered. Is it necessary to lose every gamble? It's the same as Hashirama. Senju Toburama said angrily, brother, it's you who taught Tsunade badly. Senju Hashirama laughed dryly. Ha ha ha, I didn't think at the time that her talent of losing every gamble would be as good as mine. Li Zan comforted. Calm down, if it really doesn't work, I can make myself wrong. Senju Toburama is stunned. Are you kidding me? Tsunade is decades older than you? Li Zan. No kidding. Longevity is no longer a problem for me. I even have a way to make her not grow old with me. Senju Hashirama said speechlessly. I take you as the group leader, but you actually hit my granddaughter's idea? Li Zan. Don't look like you've suffered a big loss. You've made a lot of money. Okay. I'm 10 tails Jinchuriki now, and it's not surprising to have Indra and Ashura. The start is also a Senju Hashirama. Senju Hashirama. Have been offended, outside world. After Tsunade and Jiraiya were gone, Orochimaru said to Li Zan, Lord Li Zan, I would like to know why you asked me to study Hashirama cells. That kind of thing has no value to you anymore? Li Zan laughed. That kind of thing is really worthless to me, but it is valuable to the world. What I pursue is not the help you give me, but the help of the ninja world. Orochimaru thought thoughtfully. Is that so? It makes sense. There are basically no things in this world that can improve your strength, and it is normal for you to pursue changes in the world. Why did you choose me? Orochimaru was very curious. Li Zan gave him a Konoha Research Institute, with all the materials, equipment, personnel, and materials. Orochimaru. Maru, don't underestimate yourself. There are many strong men in the ninja world, and they all rely on themselves to become stronger. Some of them believe in blood, some believe in talent, some believe in hard work. Only you believe in science. Orochimaru, you are a rare scientific genius. Even the whole world needs your scientific talent. Li Zan looked at Orochimaru and said admiringly. Even Senju Hashirama, his power can only be used by him alone, and the power of science can be passed down like a will. Listening to Li Zan's words, Orochimaru's heart surged with passion, and he suddenly had the urge to die for the confidant. You must know that even his teacher Sarutobi Hiruzen did not understand his pursuit of science. In the chat group, Senju Toburama said unhappily, Master, do you think Orochimaru is too high? I feel that my scientific research talent is not inferior to him. Li Zan. There is a specialization in jutsu, and the two of you have completely different research directions. In Second Hokage, most of your research is ninjutsu, while the scope of Orochimaru's research is more than that. Senju Toburama. Like, for flowers Li Zan. For example, the lineage limit of his research has reached the edge of the lineage factor. In the future, he can even produce an artificial human, do you believe it? Senju Toburama. The android. That's awesome, but I don't think they'll lose to him and reincarnate me. Apparently, Li Zan's high praise for Orochimaru made Senju Toburama upset, and he was going to fight Orochimaru in the ring. Senju Toburama. My research does focus on ninjutsu, but it's just that I am limited by the times and have not learned these things. Howard Stark has not studied much biotechnology, but his scientific talent is not the same. The leap forward in biotech learning. Li Zan laughed. Since you want to come out, it's as you want. Li Zan from the outside directly summoned a white Zetsu, and then summoned Senju Toburama in the Hokage office. This is Second Hokage Senju Toburama. Orochimaru was stunned and looked at Li Zan in confusion. I said that first generation and second generation can see the outside world through me. Second Hokage thinks he's a scientific genius too, so he figured it out to shine. Li shrugged and explained calmly. I see, Second Hokage is my senior and my mentor on the scientific road. I am honored to work with him. Point 0. Orochimaru instantly understood what Li Zan meant and said with a smile. Graduate school. Hashirama cells come from the blood of the divine tree, which can be said to be the transformation of the life in the mother's womb by the energy of the divine tree. The transformation was carried out before they were born. This transformation was very successful. Not only can it be passed down from generation to generation, but it can also be developed by itself. White Zetsu comes from the transformation of the human body by the gods. The energy of the divine tree is injected into their bodies, and the human beings who have been born are transformed in vitro. This transformation is very unsuccessful, and the transformed people not only have no consciousness, but also have no physiological structure. What I need you to research is to turn Hashirama cells into a drug, a genetic medicine that can be used without strong mental suppression, and the people who use it will get sage body, wood style. Since direct injection of Hashirama cells will cause rejection, why not destroy the super aggressive Hashirama cells, leaving only the substances that can modify their own cells? I know it's difficult, but try it. Li Zan raised his hand and summoned a huge wood-style root system. This is the birth of the God Tree world. It can release the energy that turns normal people into white Zetsu. There are many death row prisoners in Konoha, and they can be used for experimental observation. If the sage body pharmacy is really researched, then the weakness of the human body in the Hokage world can be cured. It doesn't matter if it is not researched, you can get it to the pirate world and work with the biological scientists there. Li Zan said casually. He did not shy away from Orochimaru's identity. He didn't need to hide the secret that he could travel through the world now. Pirate world. Sure enough, Orochimaru keenly found the key word. You'll find out in a few days. Li Zan didn't explain much, and it's hard to explain without actual testimony. At this moment, a system prompt sounded in the chat group. Ding. Tokiomi Tohsaka joined the chat group. Ding. Lancelot joined the chat group. Ding. Alice Phil has joined the chat group. Ding. Mashankaria joined the chat group. Ding. The Mutant Black Emperor has joined the chat group. I depend. There are new people in the group. This lineup. Did you guys just finish the Holy Grail War? One Piece Roger. Damn it, there are new people joining the group so soon. I haven't wandered around the Hokage world yet? Senju Tobarama. It's not a big problem. Your adventure in the world of Hokage doesn't prevent you from using the chat group to see what's going on in other worlds. Thank you for reading this story at mtlarchive.com. Your support enables us to keep the site running. Chapter 142. Is it a love triangle again? In the chat group. One Piece Roger. Don't the newcomers introduce themselves? No one responded. Shiki the Golden Lion. Forbid ha. It seems that the newcomers are very vigilant. Gold Thief Wu Nan. I haven't heard the names of the 5 newcomers. It seems that they are not from our pirate world. Uchiha Madara. I haven't heard of them either, and probably not in our Hokage world. Howard Tucker. I know a little about mutants. I just don't know if this new mutant, the Black Emperor, is the crazy mutant I know. Li Zan. It's him. You two are from the same world, I'm sure. Li Zan watched the changes in the chat group. The 5 new members added more functions to the chat group, and his authority as the group owner was also improved. Through the authority of the group owner, he can determine that the Mutant Black Emperor and Howard Stark are from the same Marvel universe. Mutant Black Emperor. Interesting. Although I have heard of places like Hell that contain the undead, this is the first time I have heard of this kind of operation that gathers the undead in the same chat group. Li Zan. Hell? This is not the kind of place you know to contain the undead. It is more advanced than those places. Because those places only control the local world, and this chat group communicates with all worlds. Mutant Black Emperor. The meaning of this 403 chat group is not just for us to communicate with each other, right? Li Zan. Of course. You can perceive the outside world through me, and you can also use your skills as a reward to let me help you fulfill your unfulfilled wishes. Mutant Black Emperor. Perceive the outside world. This is a laboratory. Interesting. What are you studying? Looking at the layout of this laboratory, it seems to be studying life technology. Li Zan. I almost forgot, you are also a scientist who studies life technology. Matou. Can you really help us fulfill our unfulfilled wishes? Li Zan. Of course, you want me to rescue Tohsaka Sakura? Matou. That's right, if you promise me, I will give you everything I have. Tomisaka Tokiomi was not calm. Wait, are you the Matou I know? Matou was angry. Tell me goodbye, you are Tohsaka Tokiomi from the same world as me. Li Zan. Looks like I need to explain it. At Yu Dongfei Min at Feng Nio at Aliceville Lancelot, you are all undead from the same world. Matou exploded instantly. Damn Tomisaka Tokiomi, it's all your fault. The newcomers who have just joined the group are cautious because of their unfamiliarity with the environment, and they dare not ask if they see familiar names. Now Li Zan directly answers their doubts. Yes, what you see is your acquaintance. Tohsaka Tokiomi was displeased. What do you mean by that? Matou was furious. It's all because you sent Sakura to Matou's house that she suffered so much. Tohsaka Tokiomi said disdainfully, what do you know if you have no talent for magic? I sent her to Matou's house in order not to waste her excellent magic circuit and give her a bright future. Matou. Then, before you sent Sakura to the Matou family, did you get to know this family well? This is a magic family, and the pain to inherit their magic is beyond your imagination. The Golden Lion Shiki interjected angrily. Hey, what are you talking about? Why can't I understand this old man? Senju Hashirama Rongji's analysis. It sounds like a love triangle. No, it's a polyamorous love. It seems that this kind of thing is common in other worlds, so the love triangle problem in the ninja world can't all be blamed on Tobirama. Li Zan said speechlessly. This can be washed away. By the way, how did you see that they were in a polyamorous relationship? Senju Hashirama Rongzi said. Isn't it simple? That Yu is obviously a woman, and she is a woman who has a relationship with Tosaka Tokiomi and Matou Kariya, and even has an ambiguous relationship. But this woman was sent to Matou's house by Tosaka Tokiomi. She should be married to a third man. Otherwise Makai Kariya wouldn't be so excited. Tosaka Tokisaka's attitude towards him would not be so lighthearted. But judging from Matou Kariya's speech, he should know about married life. Otherwise, it is impossible to know the pain that Tomisaka Tokiomi doesn't know, and I suspect that Sakura may have married his clan. Judging from Tosaka Toshio's speech, he should also like Sakura. But in order not to waste her talent and give her a bright future, he reluctantly gave her to others. From the perspective of Tokiomi Tohsaka letting Sakura out, Matou Kariya should be an unknown secret lover, just like Uchiha Obito saw Hitaki Kakashi let Rin Nohara out. Senju Hashirama talked eloquently, using his own experiences these days to analyze the complex emotional entanglement between Tomisaka Tokiomi and Matou Kariya. Tomisaka Tokiomi. Matou Kariya. Li Zan was speechless. You little sheik, you have a real brain. Can I open it and see? Senju Hashirama was stunned. Could it be that I guessed wrong? They're not in a love triangle or a polyamorous relationship. Li Zan. No, how do you say it? You're right. The love triangle relationship does exist, but Tosaka Tokiomi's daughter. Whitebeard. In other words, Tosaka Toshio gave his daughter to someone else, and then suffered a lot like Matou Kariya said? Damn. Whitebeard was furious. What he hated most was this kind of scum who didn't cherish his family, and now he really wanted to give Tosaka Tokiomi an airshock. Li Zan. Ah, that's true, Senju Hashirama suddenly realized. So it is? Mami Kariya likes Tosaka Tokiomi's daughter, but Tosaka Tokiomi has married her daughter to Mami Kariya's clan. This operation is really. Matou Ye said angrily. Don't talk nonsense, I just treat Sakura as a daughter. Li Zan. That's right, it's not Tosaka-kan that Mami Kariya likes, but Tosaka-kan's mother Tosaka Aoi. Tosaka Tokiomi. Nani Matou Kariya, Aoi has always regarded you as a younger brother. Matou Kariya sneered. I come from the Matou family, and I know that this is an evil family, so I don't want to let Aoi enter the Matou family suffer. Otherwise, I would have competed with you long ago. Senju Hashirama. Damn it. The love triangle has been established again, but it's a little different from the love triangle in the ninja world. Two clear loves and an unknown secret love. Does this model exist in the ninja world? Li Zan. Yes. Isn't that the pattern of the Hitaki Kakashi trio? If it wasn't for Uchiha Madara's trouble, the future of the Kakashi trio would probably be like this. Howard Stark. It makes sense. Uchiha Obito entrusted Sharingan to Kakashi to take care of Rin Nohara, which is not much different from Matou Kariya's voluntary withdrawal. After all, Uchiha Obito has never confessed. Senju Tobirama. Draw out Uchiha Madara again and whip the corpse, the ungrateful bastard. Uchiha Madara. Tosaka Tokiomi. Although I don't know what you are talking about, I want to know how Sakura suffered of the Matou family. Matou Yaya. The magic of the Matou family is bug magic. If Sakura wants to inherit the magic engraving of the Matou family, she must be transformed by bugs and be bitten by countless bugs every day. What a huge amount of psychological and physical pain she has to suffer, do you know? Tosaka Tokiomi was dumbfounded. How could this happen? The Matou family is a famous family. Golden Lion Shiki sneered. Jia ha ha ha. You are so naive to believe in the so-called famous family, don't you know that the most lies in this world? Li Zan. It's not an exaggeration to say that he was naive. After all, he was betrayed by his followers and apprentices and killed by them. Shiki. The Golden Lion. Nani? He was killed by his own men together. It's too bad. Not only did he not have the power to suppress them, but he also didn't discover the wisdom of their betrayal. How did he become the boss? Li Zan. It's normal that he didn't suppress the power of his subordinates. After all, not every world is the same as the pirate world, and a leader has overwhelming strength. But he didn't notice the betrayal of his subordinates, so he was a little inferior. In the final analysis, it was him. Too naive, too trusting of them. Matou Ye. Master, how can you save the slow? I'll give you everything I have, okay? Li Zan. No problem. Lancelot. Wait, do you need a world pass to enter our world? Is it really good to let people from other worlds enter our world? Second Mizukage Ghost Lantern Moon. The vigilance is quite high, but your vigilance is superfluous. I was just as vigilant as you back then, and now I regret it to death. Lancelot was unmoved. I am the heroic spirit that protects the world, and I cannot let people from other worlds enter my world casually. You have all considered it clearly, the entry of outsiders may not be a good thing for our world. Li Zan. You are wrong. My entry is a good thing for you, and at least it can make up for your regrets. Uensaka Tokiomi at Dingnayo. Uensaka Sakura is young now, so the pain she suffers is just a bug. But when she grows up. Matou Kariya asked nervously, how is it? Li Zan. The bugs on her body will make her yearn for magic, and she will need someone else to replenish her magic. Do you know how to replenish the magic? The green liquid of male magicians. Tohsaka Tokiomi was stunned. How could this be? Matou Carrier was furious. It's all Shichen's fault. Damn Tohsaka Tokiomi, you already got everything I wanted. Why don't you cherish it so much? Whitebeard said unhappily. Lousy really wants to kill this damned Tohsaka Tokiomi. Fire Fist Ace said silently. I think my experience is a happy 3.7. Tohsaka Tokiomi defended. Sakura's excellent magic circuit, if she can't get the magic engraving, there will be many magicians who want to arrest her for research. Matou Ye. Shit. You are for the so-called magician's glory, and everything you do is for this. Even if you marry Aoi, it is also for her excellent genes, you are not worthy of her. Li Zan. Don't talk nonsense, will you give me a world pass? A friendly reminder. Matou Carrier lost her mind by a bug before she died, and Joustar Tohsaka Aoi caused her brain to lack oxygen, and finally paralyzed and became mentally ill. Matou Carrier's mentality collapsed. What? Tohsaka Tokiomi was also a little confused, isn't it? Li Zan. I'm not lying, Aoi Tohsaka is too injured, she won't live for long. If I go in time, maybe I can save her. Matou Carrier sent an exclusive red envelope, Holy Grail World Pass, to the group owner Li Zan. Mashang Carrier sent an exclusive red envelope, Magic Power, to the group owner Li Zan. Matou Ye did not hesitate for too long, and decisively sent all her skills to Li Zan. I have to say that Matou Carrier really loves Tohsaka Aoi and her daughter deeply. Li Zan accepted the red envelope and did not forget to ridicule Tokiomi Tohsaka. Look at Matou Carrier, and then look at you. Your own concern for your family is not comparable to that of an outsider. Tohsaka should be embarrassed and speechless. Thank you for reading this story at mtlarchive.com. Your support enables us to keep the site running. Chapter 143 Nothing to make a fuss about, Fuyuki City, Tohsaka House. Tohsaka Aoi looked silly, sitting motionless in a wheelchair. Her performance fully proved that Li Zan did not lie. In the chat group, Matou Ye, who saw the outside world through Li Zan, felt ashamed and blamed herself so much that she couldn't help urging Li Zan to say, Master Group Leader, hurry up and cure Aoi. Li Zan. Don't worry, it's not difficult for me to cure her. Li Zan raised his palm from the outside world, and two colors of light, black and white, were entangled in his palm. This is the power of 6 paths and the power of 6 paths. The two colors of light continuously fell on Tohsaka Aoi. Body. The power of 6 paths can heal Aoi Tohsaka's mental problems, and the power of 6 paths can heal her physical ailments. With the two-pronged approach, the disease on her body is rapidly recovering at a speed visible to the naked eye. In the chat group, Shiki the Golden Lion couldn't help but said, why are people in this world so weak? I didn't even find a powerful person. One Piece Roger. Ha ha ha, Shiki, your observation hockey is not strong enough, I found a strong guy. Jin Z Shiki said disdainfully. Stop doing this, you must be using the territory of the tyrant. Otherwise, how could you observe farther than me? Senju Toburama. Master, what is going on in this world? We don't know anything about this place. Li Zan. The world was very powerful a long time ago, and gods and magicians lived in this land. Later, with the passage of time, the gods disappeared and the magicians degenerated into magicians. Senju Hashirama asked in confusion, is there any difference between magic and magic? Li Zan. That's it, I'll explain it to you in words with the characteristics of the ninja world, so that you don't understand. Uchiha Shisui asked curiously, a language with the characteristics of the ninja world? Li Zan. That's right. In the ninja world thousands of years later, 15 ninjas have faded out of the sight of ordinary people, and ordinary people don't even believe that there are ninjas. And there are fewer and fewer people who can use chakra. People can't use ninjutsu unless they use a ninja tool called Magic Mark. Senju Hashirama said excitedly, hey, I understand now. Senju Toburama was speechless. Big brother, don't interrupt your words, it's easy to reveal your IQ. Lord of the group, keep talking. Li Zan. 3 powerful ninjas with magic engravings, with the help of the natural energy emerging from the underground of Fuyuki City, created a ninja tool called the Holy Grail. The Holy Grail can be filled with energy every 60 years, and this energy is so powerful that it claims to be able to fulfill any wish. Uchiha Madara. Any wish fulfilled? Absolutely joking? Li Zan. Of course I'm joking. There is no tool in the world that can realize any wish. But the power of the Holy Grail is indeed terrifying, and it is still possible to realize some ordinary wishes. Howard Stark. Before, the Lord of the group talked about the Holy Grail War, right? I bet that when the Holy Grail appears, it will attract countless people who want to snatch it and then start a war. Li Zan. That's right, but the Holy Grail can't be robbed by anyone. Only the 7 magicians who have obtained the qualification of master are qualified to participate in the war to snatch the Holy Grail. Howard Stark. I have a question, are these so-called magicians strong? Li Zan. Magicians are not strong, but they can take advantage of the Holy Grail War to obtain 3 spell seals, and then get the opportunity to summon heroic spirits. The main combat power of the Holy Grail War is the heroic spirits summoned by magicians, not magicians itself. Uchiha Shisui. What is a heroic spirit? Is it a famous figure in history as we know it? Lee Zahn. That's right, Howard Tucker. If they can be called heroic spirits, they should all be righteous people, right? Lee Zahn. No, you are wrong. Heroic spirits are judged by fame, which has nothing to do with their character or strength. The strength of summoned heroic spirits mainly depends on their strength and death during their lifetime, later fame. Senju Hashirama. If I remember correctly, there is a heroic spirit among the newcomers, right? At Lancelot, are you a heroic spirit? Lancelot reluctantly. Yes, Lancelot, who failed to prevent Lee Zahn from coming to this world, was tangled in his heart, but he did not show too much hostility to Lee Zahn and the others, because it was a meaningless thing. Senju Tobarama asked, how strong are these heroic spirits? Lee Zahn. The strength of heroic spirits varies, and the top heroic spirit will not be weaker than Marine Admiral. The heroic spirit that Roger senses is a heroic spirit with top-level strength. Tomisaka Tokiomi. Wait, the Holy Grail War, isn't it over yet? If the Holy Grail War is over, all the heroic spirits should have disappeared. Lee Zahn. The Holy Grail War is over, but the King of Heroes you summoned has not left. You know, he is one of the top heroes of all heroic spirits. Plus your good apprentice Kotomine Kirei is here to help. It is not difficult for him to stay. Tomisaka Tokiomi. After being speechless for a moment, Tosaka Tokiomi said regretfully. The thing I regret most now is to summon the most powerful King of Heroes. He is indeed strong enough, but he is not obedient. Lee Zahn sneered. Be obedient. You put yourself in the position of a courtier and ask the King of Heroes to listen to you? Stop teasing. You will end up like this, it's just your own fault. Tosaka Tokiomi was a little hard to accept. Do it yourself? Lee Zahn. That's right. After summoning the King of Heroes, you can already sweep the Holy Grail War. But you don't do it, and instead engage in some intrigue. If you attack in an upright manner, the strongest King of Heroes on the front will add Kotomine Kirei's heroic spirit, Assassin Hassan. You have already won the Holy Grail War. The Golden Lion Shiki. Nani Tokiomi Tosaka Tokiomi should fail like this, it's a pity. It was a good card, but it was a mess. Tosaka Tokiomi. No, the reason why I do that is to win better. I know the strength of the Hero King, but I also want to use my own calculations to increase the winning rate. Lee Zahn. On the contrary, your plan is the real reason for your failure, because when you plan your plan, you only consider the profit and loss, but not people's hearts. This is the real reason for failure and death. Lee Zahn. The King of Heroes is arrogant and conceited, and he does things his own way. You treat him as a courtier, but from time to time you use your identity as a master to oppress him, making him think that you are a rebellious courtier, and thus treat him as a rebellious courtier. You have murderous intent. Lee Zahn. As for your disciple Kotomine Kirei, just like you treat the King of Heroes, you just use him as a tool. You see your disciples and heroic spirits as having no self-awareness, or in other words, it is impossible to betray you, only tools that can be used for you, that's why they betray and kill you. Matou. Well said, Shi Chen, you never consider other people's opinions. Although you are not as arrogant as the King of Heroes when you do things, your personality is just like his. Lee Zahn commented. Without the life of the King of Heroes, but with the disease of the King of Heroes, who will die if you don't die? Tokiomi Tohsaka. Nothing to say, Whitebeard. Old la 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 la. This old man understands, this guy died not wrong. Since the King of Heroes has become the captain, he must have corresponding consciousness. After the captain has made a decision, he will point fingers at the captain or even force him to do so. If he changes his mind, even if I encounter this kind of subordinate, I can't help but deal with him. Shiki, the Golden Lion, said disdainfully. Disposal? You are really kind and soft-hearted, and I will kill him directly. From this point of view, what the King of Heroes did is right. After all, he is just a heroic spirit that you summoned, not too close relationship. Senju Tobarama thought about what happened to his family, and agreed with a tired heart. Yes, even if they are closely related, they will not show mercy when they encounter such a thing. The Golden Lion Shiki suddenly said with interest, if the Holy Grail appears in our pirate world, I can definitely become a heroic spirit, right? Lee Zahn. Not necessarily. Although you are one of the 3 legendary pirates, Rox was more famous than you back then. If future generations don't remember you, then you cannot become a heroic spirit. One Piece Roger. Ha ha ha. If there are heroic spirits in the pirate world, I will definitely become a heroic spirit. If Golden Lion can also become a heroic spirit, his strength must be inferior to me. After all, the gap between the two of us in terms of fame is too great. Fisher Tiger said speechlessly. What's this called? It's just a matter of being a ghost with a name for eternity, and a person who has been tainted by 10,000 years can also be worthy of the title of heroic spirit? Too bad. Outside world. Under Lee Zahn's treatment, Aoi Tohsaka quickly regained consciousness and his body recovered quickly. His originally pale complexion quickly turned rosy. Who are you? Aoi Tohsaka regained consciousness and immediately saw Lee Zahn in front of him and couldn't help but be surprised. My name is Lee Zahn, and I was entrusted by Matou Carrier to heal you. Lee Zahn replied calmly, saying that her recovery was her own credit. 420 cure me? I remember, Tohsaka Aoi's face sank. Matou Carrier killed my husband and then patted me unconscious. Where is he now? Li Zan shook his head and said, Madam, you are wrong. It was his apprentice Kodomine Kirei and his servant Hero King who killed your husband, and it has nothing to do with Mommy Carrier. Tohsaka Aoi was startled, and subconsciously denied it. How is it possible? Although I have been in a daze these days, I also know that Kodomine Kirei has always been helping us. Li Zan laughed. That's right, it's because he killed Tokiomi Tohsaka that he wants to help you. Tohsaka Aoi puzzled. What do you mean by that? I don't understand a little. Li Zan explained. Kodomine Kirei is different from ordinary people. He has a personality flaw. People generally think that he is disgusted by beautiful things, but he is generally regarded as ugly. He has a soft spot. Tohsaka Aoi was surprised. How could this be? Li Zan laughed. What's so strange? There are too many people with mental disabilities in this world. It's just because the world finds it difficult to accept these aliens, so they behave like ordinary people. Tohsaka Aoi frowned and said, then why did he kill Shi Chen? Li Zan said, because of Tohsaka Tokiomi's neglect of him, the provocation of the King of Heroes, and his desire to find pleasure in his heart. Tohsaka Aoi puzzled. I can understand Shi Chen's neglect of him and the King of Heroes' provocation. What does it mean to see pleasure? Li Zan said, for him, killing Tohsaka was a joy. After killing Tohsaka Toshin, taking care of his family and getting the gratitude of his family was even more pleasurable to him. Matter. Tohsaka Aoi said with disgust. How could he have such disgusting thoughts? Li Zan said, didn't I say it? His likes and dislikes are just the opposite of normal people. Tohsaka Aoi said helplessly, although you say so, it's still a little unacceptable. In the chat group, people in the Holy Grail world such as Tohsaka Tokiomi were shocked by Kodomine Kirei's eccentric character, but Whitebeard and others were not surprised by this. They have seen many perverts. What kind of onion is Kodomine Kirei? No fuss. Thank you for reading this story at mtlarchive.com. Your support enables us to keep the site running. Chapter 144 You are not allowed to slander my king. Tohsaka Aoi asked, what happened to Kiri Carrier? Why did I see the scene where he killed Tohsaka? Li Zan said, this is Kodomine Kirei's framing, and the purpose is naturally to gain pleasure. To be honest, Matou Carrier is very good to you. If nothing else, he and Tohsaka will be together after his death. Went to my site. After learning about your situation, he was more attentive than Tohsaka Toshitsu. Tohsaka Aoi looked stiff. Is that so? Li Zan smiled and said, don't you still know? You are not as important as his ideals in Tohsaka's heart. For Matou Yaya, your happiness is everything to him. Tohsaka Aoi said sadly. Is that so? Li Zan said. Of course, not only that, he also loves Wu and divided his feelings for you among your two daughters. Seeing Sakura Tohsaka suffering in the Matou family, he sacrificed his life to get the chance to participate in the Holy Grail War. Want to save Slow from the sea of misery. Tohsaka Aoi pursed her mouth in surprise. How could this be? Li Zan sighed. Who can say this? It can only be said that dog licking is really awesome. Tohsaka Aoi's expression froze on her face. Li Zan continued. It's just a coincidence. Matou Carrier, who has the attributes of a Tauren with the wife of Kai Ship, and the servant summoned in the Holy Grail War is Lancelot, who has greened his own King Arthur, and their affinity is really good. Hi. Tohsaka Aoi. In the chat group, after Li Zan spoke about the sacrifice Matou made, Whitebeard and others expressed their appreciation for Matou Carrier, and at the same time spurned Tohsaka Tokiomi, a scum who did not cherish his family. Until Li Zan said, Sendog is really awesome, the atmosphere in the chat group suddenly became weird. Immediately after Li Zan explained the relationship between Matou Carrier and Lancelot, the chat group was quiet and terrifying. After a while, Kaneko Shiki was the first to break the silence. Jia ha ha ha. Carrier Makai just has an idea, let's not mention it. Is this heroic spirit named Lancelot real? I thought you were a righteous person before, but I didn't expect that. Even looked away. Whitebeard. Indeed, before, he dissuaded others from letting the group owner enter their world. I thought he was a good heroic spirit with justice in mind. Who knows, Spray, it seems that you can't judge a person's good or bad just by his speech. What? Uchiha Madara. Cut. Isn't it a good person to not let the group owner enter their world? I remember the few people in the Hokage world in the group, and only I agreed to let the group owner enter the Hokage world. But the result? There are not many of them. Good stuff. Howard Stark. Lancelot. I remembered it. I have heard of this name. A member of the Knights of the Round Table under King Arthur of Great Britain, known as the Knight of the Lake of the strongest Knight of the Round Table. Gold Thief Nan. Isn't the one who was greened by him King Arthur? Howard Stark. Indeed, it seems that it was because he greened King Arthur and triggered a series of events that King Arthur's Great Britain came to an end. Lancelot. After being speechless for a while, Lancelot said, You are right, I am a sinful person. I am not worthy of the title of Knight of the Round Table. My greatest wish is to die under the king's hands and accept punishment. Li Zan. If this is your wish, then you have already accomplished it. In the Holy Grail War that has ended, you were indeed killed by King Arthur himself. But at that time you lost your mind and don't know if you have any memory. Female. Lancelot. Although those memories are not very clear because of the madness. But thanks to the group leader, I am sure that it was not a dream. Mutant Black Emperor. Hey, interesting, isn't it, Lancelot? As far as I know, you are the flower of knights. Why do you want to get involved with King Arthur's woman? Lancelot said solemnly. I have to state that I have not done anything cowardly with the queen. Although spiritual love is also a big sin, please don't slander the queen. Howard Stark, the playboy and old hooligan, was the first to express his disbelief. You said you were a platonic spiritual love? What a joke. Do you think we would believe your nonsense? Whitebeard retorted. What's so unbelievable? What's so weird about spiritual love? Howard Stark. That's right, after all, every world has its own characteristics, and maybe the characteristics of this world are spiritual love. The mutant Black Emperor expressed his incomprehension. Howard Stark, right? If we are from the same world, then I should know you. You are a playboy who understands platonic love? Howard Stark explained. At Mutant Black Lord, you can't use our world's values to understand everything about other worlds. Mutant Black Emperor. How? Howard Tucker. For example, in the world of pirates, people are keen to chase wealth, fame, power, status, power, freedom, justice, and there are many men who are dismissive of beauty, which is difficult to understand in our world. Howard Stark. Like the world of Hokage, where kids go to war at 3 or 4 and fall in love at 5 or 6. Does this happen in our world? 5 or 6-year-olds don't even know the concept of male or female. Bar. Mutant Hei Huang. There is such a thing. It seems that I am ignorant. Li Zan, is this world keen on spiritual love? Senju Tobarama. Is there a possibility that Matou is a one-sided spiritual love? Matou. Li Zan. No, the world is not keen on spiritual love. The spiritual love between Lancelot and the Queen, I feel it has something to do with King Arthur. Shiki, the Golden Lion, said disdainfully, isn't he afraid because he is afraid of the boss? Then he should learn teach, which is kind and filial to his father and son. Whitebeard. Go away. Li Zan. King Arthur in this world is a girl. I feel that Lancelot loves his king more than the queen. Howard Stark. Mutant Black King. Are you kidding? King Arthur turned out to be a girl? 2 people who knew King Arthur couldn't believe it. Li Zan. Are you kidding? King Arthur in this world is indeed a young girl. And because the sword in the stone is drawn, her body will not grow again, and will always be 15 years old. Howard Stark. Hee, a 15-year-old girl who never grows up. No wonder. Mutant Black Emperor. Men are single-minded. They only like young and beautiful. It seems that King Arthur agrees to the conditions. Lancelot said angrily. Shut up, you are not allowed to slander my king. Howard Stark. Young man, be honest with yourself. Dare you say you have no idea about a female King Arthur? Lancelot was speechless. How could he have no idea? Not only him, but also the other knights of the Round Table, who wouldn't like the charming dumb king. Because the knights of the Round Table are aware of each other's thoughts, no one dares to express their feelings to the king of dumb hair without authorization, for fear of losing the qualifications of the knights of the Round Table after being rejected. In addition, Wang Dumao's external image has always been a man, and they are not willing to destroy the majesty of the king, so they all keep their admiration for Wang Dumao in their hearts. Of course. But these words can be said nonsense, and he must not let the reputation of the dumb king be damaged. So Lancelot avoided talking about Howard Stark's question. After all, he is a noble knight, and he can only answer in a different direction when he can't lie. Lancelot. Arthur is the best king in the world, and her charisma is unmatched. All our knights of the Round Table are conquered by her faith. Li Zan. At Lancelot, are you sure you're not interested in Duo Mao Wang? If that's the case, then I'm going to take action. Lancelot. I say now that I am interested in her, will you stop? Lancelot was suspicious. He suspected that Li Zan was fishing. Howard Stark. The dumb king. Li Zan. The symbol of a female King Arthur, a tuft of golden hair. Mutant Black Emperor. I have never seen King Arthur in this form. If I can, I would like to meet her. Senju Tobarama. Group leader, you won't be serious, will you? Senju Tobarama is a little speechless. You said that you were interested in my granddaughter just now. Scumbag. Li Zan. Seriously, of course, wait and see if you don't believe me. Outside world. Tohsaka Aoi was in a trance for a moment, then suddenly woke up and said anxiously, if what you said is true, isn't Shihiro in danger now? Li comforted Zan and said, don't worry, they're very safe now, and they will not be in danger in the future. Because, I will immediately solve the source of danger. Tohsaka Aoi stood up and said, it's almost time for school, I'm going to pick them up. Li Zan said indifferently, you can do what you want. You can just bring Sakura Tohsaka back. I will handle the matter of the Matou family. Matou family. Although the strength of the Matou family is not as good as that of the Tohsaka family, as a magic family, it is not a vegetarian, and has a luxurious residence that ordinary people can't reach. 6 Scarlet Sun Formation. Li Zan looked at the Matou family in front of him, and without saying a word, he used the 6 Paths magic technique, and the Crimson Chakra barrier sealed off the entire Matou family. Different from 6 Paths Obito's 6 Red Sun Formation, Li Zan's 6 red sun formation also blocked the upper and lower passages. It was sealed in the true sense, and the Matou inkstone inside could not escape. In the chat group, Senju Hashirama was surprised. This is the 6 red yang formation? The 4 red yang formation requires 4 shadow level ninjas to join forces to release. You can easily release the 6 red yang formation by yourself. It is indeed a power comparable to the Sage of 6 Paths. What? Li Zan didn't do much after he became 10 Tails Jinchuriki. Senju Hashirama and others lacked a clear understanding of Li Zan's strength. Now that Li Zan released the 6 red sun formation so easily, they finally had a preliminary understanding of Li Zan's current strength. Senju Tobarama. You go to Pirate World now, you should be able to easily crush the strong admiral? Li Zan. No pressure. Doflamingo couldn't wait to ask, so now you have the confidence to overthrow the government in the world? Li Zan. Of course. But I have other things to do now, things in the pirate world are not in a hurry. Golden Lion Shiki. Jia ha ha ha. It's okay, we can afford it. By the way, what are you going to do after you overthrow the world government? Li Zan. What I want is not only to eliminate the world government, but also to replace the world government. To complete the rule of the world, I need a large number of managers and troops. I am currently preparing these, I believe there will be soon the result is up. Uchiha Shisui. I know why the group leader used the 6 red sun formation to seal off the Matou family's house, there are a lot of bugs in it. One Piece Roger. I heard it too, a complicated voice. The group owner blocked this place just to eliminate these bugs? Uchiha Madara. Shouldn't it be? If it's just these bugs, a fire will soon be resolved? Li Zan. These bugs are a little troublesome. It's best to clean them all at once, so that the old thing from the Matou family doesn't escape. The old thing from the Matou family is somewhat similar to Orochimaru. Thank you for reading this story at mtlarchive.com. Your support enables us to keep the site running. Chapter 145 The Holy Grail has worked hard. Hearing Li Zan say that Matou Zoyan is somewhat similar to Orochimaru, Senju Tobarama was stunned and couldn't help asking, is Matou Zoyan a great scientist? Li Zan denied without hesitation. It's not the similarity in this respect, but the similarity in their means of longevity. Senju Tobarama understood Li Zan's meaning in seconds. Matou Su Yan also transformed his body? Li Zan. That's right, Orochimaru transformed his body into a white snake sage, and Matou Zayan transformed his body into a brainworm. Their souls are hidden in the white snake sage and the brainworm respectively, and they can pass through replace your body to prolong your life. Howard Stark. No way. Although 2 worlds are separated, their means of obtaining immortality are surprisingly similar. Senju Tobarama. To achieve longevity by transforming one's own body is a method that many people can think of, but very few people can put it into practice. And there are very few who can constantly change their bodies like them, the requirements for themselves are harsh. Tohsaka Tokiomi couldn't help but ask, can you tell me how many years Matou Zoyan lived? Li Zan. Let me tell you, I saw that Tong Zoyan participated in the production of the Holy Grail. Tohsaka Shichin was shocked. That is to say, he is more than 500 years old now, then how much body did he have to replace? Senju Tobarama. His method of immortality should not be more perfect than Orochimaru, right? Orochimaru's own flaws, Matou Zuo Yan should also have it? Li Zan replied. Of course, since the methods of immortality they chose are similar, their drawbacks are naturally similar. 500 years have made Matou Zorkin's soul weakened, and even his memory has begun to fade. It's getting blurry. Uchiha Shisui. He doesn't even forget who he is and what he did. Li Zan. That won't happen. Don't underestimate him. He can restore his vague memory, it just takes time. Doflamingo. Fufu. If this is the case, then the defects of this longevity technique seem to be nothing. It just takes time to restore memory. With this longevity technique, are you afraid that you won't have time? Li Zan. Naive. The damage on the soul level can be reflected back on the body level. The weakness of Matou Zoiki's soul has reduced his physical lifespan. Now even if he changes to a child's body, his lifespan is only a few months, that's it. Golden Lion Shiki. Jia ha ha ha. If that's the case, then he is too miserable. 420 has to change his body every few months, and then restore his memory. Even if he has a long lifespan, he doesn't have much time at his disposal. Li Zan. Yeah, but it's not that he hasn't changed his hope, that's the Holy Grail. But now, he has no chance to see his hope again. Outside world. After the 6 red sun arrays sealed off the Matou family's house, Li Zan used wood style without a word, and the thick plant roots broke out of the ground, directly tearing the Matou family's house into pieces. Woohoo! A large number of insects emerged from the cracks in the earth, and they looked particularly infiltrating, and Matou Zaraki's body was hidden among them. Fire style, the fire is extinguished. Li Zan opened his mouth and spit out a sea of fire, which directly ignited the tree he made, and the flames soaring to the sky burned all the bugs. Screaming sound. From then on, Matou Zoyan struggled and begged for mercy in the sea of flames, but Li Zan was unmoved at all. He beckoned to the sea of fire, only to hear the sound of, Ga. A magic engraving flew out from the sea of fire and fell into his hands. In the chat group, Matou Zuoyan. Does the group leader need a magic engraving? Li Zan. No, I just want to study it. If it's magic, I may be interested, but magic is fine. It's just a small power, and the conditions for using it deliberately are extraordinarily simple. Senju Tobarama. Speaking of this, the Tokiomi family also has a magic seal, right? The magic seal of the Matou family is a bug. What is the magic seal of the Tohsaka family? Tohsaka Tokiomi. Gem magic? Senju Hashirama wondered. Gem magic? Could it be that you need gems to use your magic? Tomisaka Tokiomi. Yes? Senju Hashirama was speechless. What a waste of money magic. Li Zan. So war is money, but it's better to use gems to unleash magic with such little power. That is to say, your Tohsaka family has a lot of money, and other people can't play even if they get your magic, unless they have mines at home. After cooking Matou's house with a fire, Li Zan turned to leave, and soon returned to Tohsaka's house, where he saw Tohsaka Aoi waiting, BFDH, for his arrival with two sisters-in-law. You are back. Tohsaka Aoi saw Li Zan's face full of joy, pointed to Tohsaka Sakura and said to Li Zan, Sakura has suffered a lot in Matou's house in recent years, I beg you to treat her. Li Zan glanced at Tohsaka Rin. His sister-in-law Liang had a timid expression on his face, and the curious Tohsaka Rin next to him had two completely opposite personalities. Don't be afraid, I won't hurt you. Li Zan smiled slightly and stretched out his palm towards Tohsaka Sakura. The pure white Six Paths Sun power turned into a little glow and fell on her body. Yuan Banlu originally had an unhealthy pallor on her face, but thanks to the power of Six Paths Yang, her little face soon turned red. Tohsaka slowly closed his eyes and raised his small face like a puppy, inexplicably indulging in this warm feeling. Suguo. What kind of magic is this? Tohsaka Rin's squeaking voice suddenly rang out. She looked at Li Zan with bright eyes, and asked enthusiastically, what kind of magic is this? Li Zan shook his head and said, it's not magic, it's Six Paths magic. Tohsaka Rin's mouth was tender, and said with a look of disbelief. Even if you want to lie to me, please find a better reason. What is immortal art? I have never heard of it. Li Zan shook his head. Don't believe it, pull it down. Tohsaka Rin's expression was stagnant, and he was speechless by Li Zan's words, and the prepared remarks instantly vanished. It's done, let's say goodbye. In addition, as a friendly reminder, it is best not to participate in the Holy Grail War. Li Zan was about to leave, and he kindly persuaded before leaving. Holy Grail War? No kidding. Tohsaka Rin looked at Li Zan with contempt. If you know anything about the Holy Grail War, you should know that this kind of thing happens only once in 60 years. Tohsaka Aoi nodded and said, it's been less than a year since the last Holy Grail War ended, and the next Holy Grail War is still far away from us. Li Zan shook his head and said, no, because there was an accident in the last Holy Grail War. The magic power in the Holy Grail has not been used up. It can even be said that the magic power inside is only used up about 1/6. Do you know what this means? Tohsaka Rin was stunned for a moment, and said dumbfoundedly, impossible. The magic power in the Holy Grail will be exhausted every time. It was like this before, why is it only consumed so much this time? Li Zan laughed. I said, there was an accident in the last Holy Grail War. After the previous Holy Grail War, was there a fire in Fuyuki City? That fire was brought about by the Holy Grail. Tohsaka always said with an ugly face, if only about 1/6 of the magic power in the Holy Grail is consumed, it will only take 10 years to replenish. Once the Holy Grail is filled with magic power again, the Holy Grail War will break out. Li Zan laughed. Correct answer. When the next Holy Grail War begins, I will appear to take the Holy Grail. I don't know what the next Holy Grail War will be like, so I advise you not to participate. Li Zan left the Tohsaka house. In the chat group, Tokiomi Tohsaka couldn't help but ask, Master, is what you said true? Li Zan. Do you think it's necessary for me to lie to you? Matou Ye said differently. What happened in the last Holy Grail War? Li Zan. In the last Holy Grail War, Emiya Kuritsugu had the last laugh. However, after he got the Holy Grail and made a wish, he found that the Holy Grail had been tainted. And the wish he made at that time was world peace. You know how the Holy Grail is. Did you help him fulfill his wish? Doflamingo sneered again and again. Fufu, a polluted Holy Grail, a wish for world peace. If world peace is achieved by evil means, of course, the whole world will be destroyed. If the world is destroyed, then there is real peace, because there will be no more wars. Li Zan laughed. Doflamingo, worthy of being a born evil yaksha. Yes, as you said. The Holy Grail's way of achieving world peace is to destroy the whole world. Whitebeard questioned. Can the Holy Grail really do the things that destroy the world? Li Zan. It can't be done, but the Holy Grail has worked hard. 7. Good effort. Shiki, the Golden Lion, asked curiously, how did it work so hard? Li Zan. It created a fire, ready to burn down the whole world starting from Fuyuki City. Emiya Kuritsugu found out that the way the Holy Grail fulfilled his wish was like this, and ordered his heroic spirit to destroy the Holy Grail in shock and anger. Tohsaka Shiying was excited. Destroy the Holy Grail? Matou Ye said contemptuously, you are so excited. Irisfiel said, Since the Holy Grail is going to destroy the world, what's wrong with destroying the Holy Grail? Tohsaka Tokyo. No, I'm just a little weird. Can something like the Holy Grail really be destroyed? Xuan. The Holy Grail can be made, why can't it be destroyed? Of course. King Dumb Mao is not the one who can destroy the Holy Grail, she just made the Holy Grail go back. So now the Holy Grail still exists, the next Holy Grail War it will explode. Irisfield. Master, can I ask you to take a look at Emiya Kuritsugu? I want to know how he is doing. Xuan. It's really rare. A man who gave up on you still makes you unforgettable. Howard Stark. Whoops, there seems to be a story in it, and it's the emotional entanglement I'm most interested in. Lord of the group, is it convenient to talk about it? Xuan. Emiya Kuritsugu sacrificed his wife Irisfield in order to obtain the Holy Grail. This is simply the case. Of course, there may be a different version for Mrs. Irisfield defended. Kuritsugu is a very gentle person. The purpose of his acquisition of the Holy Grail is to save everyone and make everyone happy. And the purpose of my birth is to sacrifice to get the Holy Grail. Did nothing wrong. Xuan. That's right, in order to save the world, I sacrificed my wife. Maybe because I don't have such great feelings, I can't understand his behavior. Of course, I can't understand his wife's mental journey. Whitebeard. I can't sacrifice my family to save the world, but Senju Hashirama should be. Golden Lion Shiki. Jia ha ha ha. People in the pirate world place more emphasis on self, while people in the Hokage world place more emphasis on sacrifice. In the Hokage world, there should be many people like Emiya Kuritsugu. Second Mizukage Ghost Lantern Moon. Uchiha Itachi? Senju Tobarama. He shouldn't count, right? If he was asked to sacrifice his younger brother for the ninja world, he probably wouldn't be able to do it. Xuan. The world of Brokon, do you think it's a joke? Of course, Senju Hashirama is the same. Maybe he can give up his family for Konoha. But if he gives up you for Konoha, he probably won't be able to. Senju Hashirama. Xuan. Don't you agree? I have evidence. Before Konoha was founded, Senju Hashirama wanted the support of the Uchiha clan and wanted to make peace with the Uchiha clan. Uchiha Madara put forward conditions, killed Senju Tobarama and agreed to join forces to establish Konoha. Howard Stark. Definitely not. Xuan. Of course. This fully shows that Konoha is not as important as his younger brother, and of course for Uchiha Madara. The reason why he wants to kill Senju Tobarama is because he killed his younger brother. Uchiha Madara. Xuan. Don't you two talk about peace all day long? You can achieve peace by letting go of your obsession with your younger brother. How did you choose? Howard Stark. That says one thing enough. Brokon can't be bothered. Also, Alice Phil, you probably don't have that high a place in your husband's heart. If you don't believe me, look at Senju Hashirama and Uchiha Madara. Some of them are it cannot be given up no matter what. Irisfield said helplessly. No, my situation is rather special, and Kuritsugu couldn't save me no matter what. And my death had nothing to do with cutting words, he even tried his best to save me. Howard Stark. You're really defending that Emiya Kuritsugu, and I want to meet him more and more. What's his charm? He's so fascinated by you. Xuan. He is indeed very attractive, especially in this world. Women in this world are basically unable to reject a man who loves him. Looking at his life experience, there are very few women who can block his charm. Alice Phil. I can be sure of that. Howard Tucker. Master Group Leader, I want to study art after you say that. Xuan. It's useless. This kind of charm is most effective in the Holy Grail world, but in other worlds it's mediocre. Although it still works, it's not a small possibility to be treated as a fool. Thank you for reading this story at mtlarchive.com. Your support enables us to keep the site running. Chapter 146 The heroes of the Imperial Palace are full of heroes and martyrs. Fuyuki City. Xuan found the place where Emiya Kuritsugu lived in seclusion, made his body transparent with transparency, and observed Emiya Kuritsugu up close. After becoming the Jinchuriki of 10 tails, Xuan can use all the limits of blood, and even the elimination of blood can be easily performed. Irisfield in the chat group looked at Emiya Kuritsugu outside and said worriedly, "What happened to Emiya Kuritsugu? It seems that he is seriously injured. Is this the aftermath of the Fourth Holy Grail War?" Xuan. Yeah, except for Kotomine Kirei and the King of Heroes, almost all the other people involved in the equipment war became victims. Emiya Kirei is no exception. His body is gradually weakening. The spirit has also been severely hit, and according to the original future, it will not be a few years to live. Alice Phil. How could this be? Ding, Irisfield sent an exclusive red envelope, magic, metal manipulation, to the group owner Xuan. Ding. Irisfield sent an exclusive red envelope, healing magic, to the group owner Xuan. Irisfield was quite clever, and decisively sent all the skills she had to Xuan, asking him to help Emiya Kuritsugu. Xuan. Although your 2 red envelopes are almost useless to me, I decided to give him a hand. Irisfield said in surprise. Really? But I just heard your evaluation of him, you don't seem to like him very much. Xuan. You're wrong. My previous comment just said that I personally couldn't make such a decision as he did. But that doesn't mean I hate him, on the contrary, the more fools the better. If you don't believe me, just ask other people. Howard Tucker. That's right. We don't have the awareness of sacrificing our loved ones to save the world, but that doesn't stop us from appreciating the awareness of others. It's because we can't do it ourselves that we appreciate the fools who can. Outside world. Lee Zan showed his figure in front of Emiya Kuritsugu. Emiya Kuritsugu was startled, and immediately reacted with caution. Emiya Kuritsugu looked at Lee Zan warily and asked, "Who are you?" Lee Zan laughed. "Don't be nervous. If I want to hurt you, it's useless no matter how vigilant you are." Emiya Kuritsugu frowned. Lee Zan's words made him extremely unhappy. He jumped back, pulled away, and prepared for battle. Not honest. Lee Zan shook his head and sighed helplessly. The earth rolled over and turned into gold in the blink of an eye, imprisoning Emiya Kuritsugu's legs, making him unable to move. "Don't get excited. I'm here to heal your body." Lee Zan raised his hand and a white light bloomed. 6 paths yang power entered Emiya Kuritsugu's body with surging life energy, making his constantly weakened body healthy. Emiya Kuritsugu felt the change in his body, and after a while, he said to Lee Zan with emotion, "Thank you for your help, but you don't need to do this at all." Lee Zan laughed. "Why, the partner of justice is completely desperate?" Emiya Kuritsugu laughed miserably. "Friend of justice? This ideal is too heavy. I can't carry such a heavy dream with my small body, but unfortunately I woke up too late." He lowered his head and said helplessly, "I once thought I could save the world, so I calculated the gains and losses indifferently. If sacrificing one person can save 100 people, I will become a butcher without hesitation." Lee Zan nodded and said casually, very hawkish style. Emiya Kuritsugu said sadly, "I have been putting everything on the scale of choice, until one day, saving the world and my wife are put on both ends of the scale. According to my principles, it is my wife who I should give up. Even though she appeared to die meaningfully, I didn't fight for it. After weighing the weight of my wife in the world, I acquiesced to her death and thought it was meaningful. Worthy of the Holy Grail that I have found so much hope for." Emiya Kuritsugu said here, and suddenly stopped. He didn't know whether he should continue. "Originally, I just wanted to talk to someone, but I didn't expect to talk about an important place inadvertently." Lee Zan said indifferently, "Don't mind, isn't the Holy Grail contaminated? I know it all." Emiya Kuritsugu Yan Ran said, "Although the 4th Holy Grail War did not take my life, it made me lose my wife and partners. I am just a walking dead with a beating heart now. Save me, it doesn't matter if you don't save me." Speaking of this, Emiya Kuritsugu suddenly moved in his heart and looked at Lee Zan expectantly. "Although I don't know why you want to help me, if possible, I would like to ask you to do something for me." Lee Zan asked, "What's the matter?" Emiya Kuritsugu said, "My daughter Ilya, she is now locked up by the Einsburn family. I don't have enough ability to save her. Can you help me do this? Although I can't see how you did all this, but I think your strength should help me." Lee Zan said, "The Einsburn family? I originally planned to go there. You can follow and take your daughter with you." Emiya Kuritsugu was stunned for a moment, and couldn't help but ask, "Why are you going to the Einsburn family?" Lee Zan, "This family's android technology is very good. I'm going to make a copy. Also, where is your son Emiya Shuru? I need Avalon inside him." Emiya Kuritsugu was startled, hesitantly said, "Avalon is indeed in Emiya Shuru's body, but he may need that thing. If I hadn't sent Avalon into his body, he would have died." Lee Zan said indifferently, "Don't worry, with me here, it will not be easy for him to die even if he wants to." Emiya Kuritsugu didn't say any more. Even Emiya Shuru would not be in danger, so just hand over Avalon. In the chat group, Irisfield, "Master, are you going to the Einsburn family?" Lee Zan, "Why, you don't want Emiya Kuritsugu to bring your daughter out?" Irisfield, "No, my mood is a bit contradictory. Although I am a cyborg of the family, Ilya is my daughter after all." Senju Tobarama, "Wait, are you an android?" Lee Zan, "Yeah, and it is an artificial human with a special body, and the difference between the soul and the human being is not very big. It is a very magical technology, mainly related to the soul." Senju Tobarama was stunned. "Soul? I thought it was biotechnology?" Lee Zan, "There are also biotechnology, but their main focus is magic. The third method of the Einsburn family's lifelong research is called soul materialization. I am very interested in this technology." Outside world. Lee Zan raised his hand and injected the power of 6 paths into Emiya Shuru's body. At the same time he drew a scabbard from his body. Seeing this scabbard, Lancelot in the chat group immediately became excited. "This is the king's scabbard, Avalon?" Lee Zan, "That's right, Avalon, also known as the remote ideal land. The scabbard of the sword of victory, which can heal wounds and make people immortal. Use it as a holy relic, and you can also summon your dumb king." Doflamingo, "Wait, I seem to have heard about immortality, is that serious?" Lee Zan, "First of all, I admit that this scabbard does have extraordinary abilities, but I must declare that there is no immortality in this world." Doflamingo, envy and hate, "Why does Otherworld have so many things that can make people immortal?" Lee Zan, "Don't keep complaining about this. There are things in your world that can make people immortal. Pure gold and immortality surgery can do it, but you just don't have the ability to get them." Uchiha Madara suddenly asked, "Master, what would the original future of Emiya Kuritsugu look like without your presence?" Li Zan. Manying Martyrs. Alice Phil. She is Emiya Kuritsugu's wife, if Emiya Kuritsugu is full of heroes. Li Zan. Yes, that's what you think. Emiya Kuritsugu, you, Ilya, and his adopted son, basically all became heroic spirits in the end. Lancelot. As expected of the boy who got my king's scabbard, he has the appearance of a heroic spirit. Li Zan was speechless. This can also blow a wave? In this case, then I will tell you a secret. In a possible future, your dumb hair king was pushed down by him. Lancelot. Howard Stark. No way, mutant Black Emperor, it's a little exciting. Lancelot said angrily. Impossible, Wong has always regarded herself as a man, and how could she be arrogant with wild men? Li Zan. Don't underestimate the young hero of the Empress. He has won the true heritage of the hero of the Empress. He has a sense of justice that is comparable to a fool. He is still very popular in this world, and he has captured countless people. A girl's heart. For flowers, Howard Stark. So good. Li Zan. Of course. And unlike Emigung heroes, Emigung young heroes don't have such good self-control. He has swept countless girls, which can be called humanoid self-propelled guns, even the duo Mao Wong and the Tohsaka sisters, harassed by him. Tohsaka she should. Matou ye. Lancelot. Wei. Li Zan. Don't worry, because of my appearance, this future can no longer exist. Just thank me silently, no need to say it. Lancelot and others hesitated to speak. Although the crisis of young heroes of Emiya has been lifted, the threat posed by you, the group leader. Outside world. Emiya Kuritsugu didn't care when Li Zan took Avalon, rubbed his hands and asked, when are we going to the Einsburn family? Li Zan said, before I go there, I'll remove the hidden dangers in Fuyuki City. Kotomine Kirei and the King of Heroes, do you want to go with me to meet them? Emiya Kuritsugu's expression changed, and he said quickly, are you sure you want to go to their troubles? Kotomine Kirei is fine. The King of Heroes is not easy to deal with. Right now, he is probably the only heroic spirit in this world, and we need to destroy him. It's not easy. Point zero. Li Zan laughed. Who told you that only heroic spirits can defeat heroic spirits? The King of Heroes, let's see how I deal with him. In a secluded valley. The King of Heroes, Jin Shining, lives in the villa here. Li Zan didn't hide it, and approached here from the air swaggeringly. Boom. A golden throne appeared in the sky, and the arrogant golden glitter appeared in front of Li Zan, shouting at Li Zan with his nostrils. Miscellaneous, who allowed you to be so swaggering in approaching this king? Kneel down and do it again. Li Zan. In the chat group, the Golden Lion Shiki said angrily, this guy is really annoying, I really want to teach him a lesson. Whitebeard said unhappily, can this kind of thing be called a hero king? Not heroic at all, but like a celestial dragon's idiot. Li. No, he's still very different from celestial dragons. The biggest difference is that he has the overwhelming power that celestial dragons don't have. But you're right, he's really annoying. True. Neither Li Zan nor Whitebeard and Golden Lion are good things. Even the Golden Lion and Whitebeard are only a fraction of the arrogance in terms of arrogance. However, the open-ended and closed-ended miscellaneous repairs like Jin Shining still make Li Zan and others feel quite unhappy. What's more, everyone is a double-standard dog, and arrogant people can't stand the arrogance of others. Although Li Zan is not an arrogant person with his nose upturned like Jin Shuang, he can't stand this kid's arrogant treatment of himself, so he immediately punched him and endured it. Air shock. Shock Fruit's white halo swirled on his fist, punched the air in front of him, the air shattered like a mirror, and the terrifying shock wave pushed towards the golden sparkle in the distance. King's treasure. Feeling the terrifying shock that came upon his face, Jin Twink dared not be careless, and took out his king's treasure, a long sword like a key, without saying a word. The long sword communicated with the king's treasure house, the air behind him rippled like water waves, golden magic patterns appeared out of nowhere, and powerful weapons emerged from the magic patterns, and then launched like bows and arrows, with terrifying attack power against Li Zan's shock wave. Nice power. Jin Twinkle looked dignified, increased the magic power output, and the overwhelming magical weapon poured out like a torrential rain, colliding with the shockwave in midair to offset it. Ha ha ha. Very good, I recognize you. I, the oldest king of heroes, Gilgamesh, recognize your challenge. Jin Yun laughed loudly, but still arrogantly regarded Li Zan as a challenger below him. Challenge? Don't get me wrong, I'm not here to challenge you, I'm just here to clear up your unstable factor. Li Zan frowned and said contemptuously. Superior. Thank you for reading this story at mtlarchive.com. Your support enables us to keep the site running.